welcome to another RPG Reanimators It's Alive actual play. Today we are going to be exploring the Mystery Flesh Pit National Park RPG. So I do have a scenario that I've written myself, thrown together haphazardly more like, and we're just gonna dive right into it. So your direct supervisor, Frank Waterman. He's called you to his office. It's the 1980s. You are all part of the Department of the Interior, and you all work at the Mystery Flesh Pit National Park in the tourism division, basically. And Frank calls you into his office. It's a hot, sweltering day. Outside the window, you can see the Mystery Flesh Pit in all its glory, with all the machinery coming out of it. He's got a box fan going because he's sweltering. He's got the collared shirt on. Some of the buttons are popped open because it is so hot. The one disturbing thing that hits you is just like sometimes when the window's open and it's all getting filtered into this small room, like there's that smell, that faint smell of VO from the pit itself. He says, all right, team, we have an emergency. Apparently in section B4, during one of the tourist rides, one of our Jeeps we were doing for the basically safari flesh pit ride apparently fell into a new sinkhole. And we need you three. Jasper, I need you on PR when you rescue these tourists. And of course, Kennedy, he's the tour guide that day. He didn't submit the paperwork, so we don't actually know how many people are missing. And it's going to be a disaster, right? I trust you, Darren, to guide the way, and obviously, Mr. Clark, if there's any issues at all, just you have full power to solve that.
Yes, sir, Mr. Watson, yes.
Right.
So how long are we going to be able to keep spinning this? Every time there's something like this happens, we're trying to tell people it's part of the adventure.
Look, Darren, don't worry about it.
Yeah, now, Darren, that's beyond your pay grade. Let Jasper take care of it. Now, walk with me. And he gets up from his rolling chair. It spins a little before stopping as he exits the room. Walk with me. And basically, you go down hallways, fun hallways. You go past office cubicles. You go past someone basically getting cleaned in one of those clean rooms, like isolation chambers. Yeah. Someone is currently basically in a hazmat suit. They're just covered in this like bright red ooze, and they're trying to wash it off in this containment shower. It's not one of those clear windows, and he keeps walking. And as you walk, who exactly are you? Could you describe yourselves? Let's start with Jasper. What do you look like?
Jasper looks like a car salesman with a little bit more money. He his face is very shiny. You can't tell if it's sweat or like he puts something on it, his skincare routine, but he always has this like shit-eating grin too. And in a way, he like physically, it looks like he's always looking down on people.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. Let's go over to Darren Stone, the park guide.
Yeah, Darren is a medium height man with kind of green khakis and a light brown shirt. You can tell that he spends a lot of time outside because he's very tanned. He is one of the tour guides at the park, and he's kind of maybe slightly in a elevated position than some of the ones like Kennedy. So he helps out in a lot of the rescues and a lot of the places where there's trouble. So he's encountered a little bit of the strangeness firsthand and up close before. Yeah, I think he's probably got a wide brimmed hat too. Is that just very probably a backpack with a few pieces of outdoor gear and stuff like that. But he's already imagining that this day probably is going to end up with him in the detox shower.
Great.
Probably crying.
So you walk past the detox shower, right? And then there's more cubicles. And then there's the offices, which are reserved for basically the higher ups and the anodyne contractors, because anodyne is a separate like science company that made a deal with the Department of the Interior. You're not really privy to what they do, but whisperings around the break room. People don't really trust what they're doing. Seems really shady. And those anodyne offices, right? They rarely have people in them, right? The lights are always off, and yeah, they just seem really, really mysterious. So apparently, they stay out of your way, and you stay out of their way. And obviously, your supervisor, Mr. Waterman, he doesn't like to talk about them either. Just stay out of there. All right. Great. How about you, David Clark? What do you look like?
So David is pretty medium build. He's fidgety, always wants to do something, always seems to not pay attention, and he's very, very awkward all the time. You can always find him pretty much tweaking with some machinery, with some gadgets, and he's probably annoying Waterman a lot because he is in love with Anodyne. He wants to know what they are up to, what do they do. But Waterman is like, no, stay out of it. They are shady. We are just here for a job. And David just cannot understand. It's like a kid always asking the same question. Are we there yet? Can we see some of the labs? I'm really curious what the Jeep and the exploration team are going to do.
That's a negative. And basically, you step through the threshold of this office cubicle area, this uh, cleaning area, and basically, you're now stepping on metal grates as you've entered pretty much like a cave area proper. And there's a lot of mining lights illuminating the area, and you can see there is a yawning portal basically ahead of you with one of those diagonal incline elevators, those mining platforms.
Yeah.
And there's your supervisor, Frank. He steps over to the lever and he gestures for you to get onto the platform. Remember, section B4, reported sinkhole. Yeah, make sure people get home safe. Make sure the guide, I think what was his name?
Kennedy, I think it was.
Kennedy. No, his first name. Oh, Sam Kennedy. Make sure Sam Kennedy he gets back, obviously. So rescue operation, great, best of luck. And then he just pulls the lever and it lurches the diagonal incline platform, and it starts to descend deeper into the mystery flesh pit. Now, the lights are shining down. You can see the walls. They go from concrete, right, to this area, this mouth, into rock and stone, like a cave, into and then after a bit it goes into something a little more organic, a little more porous. And you go down maybe about like quite a bit. Like we're talking about maybe 200, 300 feet. So, and at the bottom, the elevator stops, and you can see ahead of you that there is like a road that's been a temporary road that's been there. Um, so there is infrastructure, and there is a bunch of park guide jeeps for you to use at your leisure. You would have the key, Darren. So how are you going to go about this? And there's obviously a supply shack.
How high is the ceiling in this place?
How high is the ceiling? Well, in the main area with the temporary roads, it would be anything anywhere between 20 feet high to 40.
Okay, yeah, so a bit of a open cavern type.
You can see one of the other tour guides there.
Oh, well, wonderful. Yeah, might be a chance to get a little more information. Do I recognize him?
Uh, her name
Her. Okay.
is, this is tour guide Woods, Jill Woods.
Jill Woods.
And right now it looks like she's doing a vehicle inspection.
Hey, good morning, Jill. It looks like it's at least a little bit cooler down here than it is outside today.
Yeah, it was really hot.
So,
Careful of the sweat glands in area B2.
me too. Okay,
Yeah,
noted.
they get kind of yucky when it's hot.
Sounds like Kennedy's got himself in a little bit of trouble again.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not going to hear the end of it from Waterman.
Well, we're just about to mount rescue now. You didn't happen to see them pass through earlier?
I saw them check in earlier. Yeah, he had a sizable group with him.
Damn. Okay, that's what I was wondering. Adults, kids, families.
Yeah, it looked like I think either a family or two.
Okay.
Hard to say.
Hard to say. Okay, sounds good. Well, we're gonna need to get some rope and a little bit of gear.
Oh yeah, whatever you need. She tosses you the supply shack key, and it's like a concrete bunker built
Yeah,
into the
built
side
it.
of this temporary road. Foot
Yeah.
lockers.
I'm standing there with a sort of portable camera. Probably it's not a video one. They probably didn't have. Well, they had portable ones. They just weren't very portable. But I am testing it because this is going to have some nice photo shoots. We're going to get some
Nice.
good shots for the brochures, for the newsletter,
Yeah,
everything.
and she goes, "Howdy." Yeah, and then she turns towards Darren. Just, you got the PR team with you, and she goes, "Oop."
It's one of those. Yep. We're gonna turn people's terror and life-threatening situations into a new ad for the park.
Nice. So you know that there's a lot of different tunnels, right? It branches out. There's A, B, C, D. Each numerical notation, like B1, B2. That's like
Yep.
how far along you are in that road.
Oh, gotcha. So we're gonna have to go through B2 to get to B4.
That's correct.
Okay, so we got a good tip there, and you know what? If that's the case, we might want some ponchos or something too if it's gonna get really sweaty.
Well, how bad is it going to be, Darren? We have kids in this park all the time. It's a family thing.
Well, publicly it's nothing but a great experience. Privately, be prepared for just about anything.
I'm sure it's not that bad.
No. Yeah, maybe some towels might be a good idea if we can grab. We might be extricating them from ooze.
Yes, we do have a cleaning kit with those super hyper absorbent rags.
I'll get them out, hit them with that, and then we can always throw them in detox once we get back up to the surface. David, what are you thinking?
So you're talking about that right now, but you haven't quite went into this concrete bunker.
Oh no.
David enters the concrete bunker like almost immediately.
Oh, immediately. Okay. I will take a some kind of notice roll.
Okay.
Yeah, this will be a difficulty 3.
Okay. So 3.
Oh, you
Okay.
just straight up rolled a 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. So,
What do we have here?
yeah, you open the door, right? And you fail to notice that there was kind of like a crack in the concrete.
Oh.
Maybe something tunneled inside. So you open that up, right? And the light is off. You reach for the light switch instinctively. Doesn't go on.
Probably still here.
I need to find and fix this. Can I find the fuse box or something?
Yeah,
No.
absolutely. You'd have to walk in a little more.
Mhm, mhm.
And as soon as you take 2, maybe 3 steps in, there's a bit of tension, a little bit of resistance from lifting your right leg up because it seems like something has wrapped around it in the dark.
Uh-oh.
What do you do?
I want to uh, strike at the staff. I can see very well in the darkness with my.
Okay.
I think I have something like a wrench or some mechanical apparatus.
Yeah. So, what are you currently wearing right now?
So currently, I am wearing my. I got my engineering outfit, like denims, straps,
Okay.
and essentially a t-shirt and a hard hat.
All right, sounds good. Because you feel that initial roll, I will have to take off 2 damage as you feel just like a sharp pain in your ankle. And you can give me a might defense roll, difficulty 3.
A difficulty 3. Okay. Yeah. Uh,
And everyone else can roll initiative if they have it.
Yeah, I do, and I have
So
I
that's
have
easy.
trained in initiative. So yeah,
I highlighted it for you.
oh, thank you. I got a 20. No less.
Oh,
First 20.
okay. That's great. So with a 20, I believe you get a bonus.
I get a bonus.
I think Mike gets the bonus.
Oh, yes.
Because he rolled a 20. What was the result of your difficulty 3 might defense roll?
2.
2? All right. Great. All right. So
Nice.
it's a major effect if you get a 20. Yeah, so basically on the 20, I can't think of a major effect because you're going to go first.
Could I? Yeah.
But I could. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, could I pitch that I know that the fuse box is outside the concrete bunker, and I give it a couple good hits with my hand, and then suddenly the lights flicker back on inside?
Yeah. You can do that. So
Yeah.
you rush over in a burst of speed, and you look at what's around his leg right now.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It looks like I'll post it in the Discord.
Oh no.
Um,
Sorry, Joe. We better just check this out first.
Yeah, like
oh god,
a bristly,
Yeah.
wormy parasite that's got its way into this little concrete bunker.
Mhm.
And because you failed that might defense roll, you can lose 3 speed from your pool.
okay.
Yeah. And here's the thing. You're getting lightheaded. You're feeling almost good. And you start to see like the McDonald's mascot peek its head around the corner. Man, you feeling hungry? And no one else sees that, obviously, but that's what he says.
I am very hungry. I will attempt to go towards the mascot, even though this thing is probably keeping me there.
Yeah, so maybe you all hear David muttering about hamburgers for some reason. But yeah, because who succeeded that initiative roll?
How did you do, Sawyer as Jasper?
Sorry, initiative. It's just what was the
Yeah,
difficulty on
the
that?
difficulty was 3, so you wanted to get
So if
over.
you wanted to, you could spend some
I got
effort.
I got a 16. So
Oh,
I
you're
think
good.
we're
You're good.
Yeah.
You're good. Yeah.
And I would say, just to simplify things, you were caught off guard, David. So Darren, you smack that fuse box. It's on. The lights shine down on it. Jill kind of screams out, "Oh my god!" Drops her clipboard. What are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna go in there and go down to one knee and see if I can drive my knife into that parasite and just run it down it and see if I can get it to release its hold on David.
Okay.
I'm gonna make it a might attack with my knife. It
Yeah.
is eased because it's a light weapon.
Yep. Difficulty 3.
But I'm gonna
So it becomes 2.
put effort into it, but
Okay.
but to aim it, I guess, towards it releasing him more so than it doing extra damage.
Very well.
If you'd allow that,
Yeah, I allow it.
All right, so roll is a 12.
The roll is a 12. That is a success because you did ease it and then use more effort to have this different effect. So it's you drive the knife into it. It squirms and it lets go.
Ooh, nice. Oh, wonderful. It is 2 damage, but it won't be any. The extra effort won't do damage, of course, if it lets him go. So
Great. And it looks like it's trying to slither away, like probably under some of the jeeps. Jasper, what are you doing? You taking pictures?
Exactly. So maybe while he's like struggling with it still, I want to get a picture that's going to be, in the bush here. It's going to be, something like, this is what we have to deal with at the park, but it's like spinning it.
Yeah, it's like
very
vibrant
helpful.
wildlife.
Yeah, something like that. Like, look at it. It's hugging, the engineer.
And you capture David's stupid grin as it goes towards
Yeah, he looks happy.
non-existent cheeseburger.
I would say you can add photography under your train skill.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. You need the perfect shot.
Yeah, I like it. It's like almost a second mini game in the thing, just to see how many shots you can get.
Go ahead and roll. It's a difficulty 3.
All right.
Is that intellect or speed? I'm not even sure.
I'll add
You
the
can choose.
trained.
Yeah.
I'll add the train to that. Does that? All right.
So train makes it difficulty 2.
Okay.
So you just need to roll higher than a 6.
11. So
11, great. What next? All right, so yeah, I think you would flash that right photo, and let's say it even stuns the creature a little bit, easing the next attack on it. You could see Jill trying to like hit it with a pipe wrench. She's missing. Dave, what are you up to? You still are now thinking of hamburgers. Giant hamburger mascots.
I want to follow the mascot because it's there. It's just there. I want to go essentially to reach this wonderful buffet.
Yeah, all right. So you step out of the bunker and then you see this mascot. It's like a hamburger with legs and arms, and it starts to float above you.
I try to reach the hamburger.
You raise your hands towards the sky, skybound. You can't quite make it. Looks like you'll have to use the ladder that was leaning against the wall.
Okay, sure. You see, David arranges the ladder a little bit, makes sure it's against the flooring, and he will start climbing up towards the giant floating hamburger.
Yeah, that is funny because you just set up the ladder. Let's you're at the top of the ladder, and because you're reaching up, it starts to rattle. What's everyone else doing? There's just chaos going on.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep an eye on the parasite, but and seeing David move away makes him initially happy, and then he's like, oh, he must be doing something to try to help us. I'm not sure what he's up to, but and yeah, I think there's Jasper snapping pictures.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
Jasper, you can see that David is standing on the upper rung of the ladder,
Oh,
which is a
no.
workplace violation.
Jasper was going to go up to David. He doesn't know it's a workplace violation because that's not his workplace. But he's going to go up to David and say, David, come down from there. There's nothing up there.
He's on top of the ladder, right? And he's reaching above.
Just a moment. I nearly got the hamburger.
David, there's no hamburger up there.
Can I try to see through the illusion? I don't know if that's a thing.
Yeah, you can give me another. I would say it's a might. Oh, or no, it's an intellect for sure.
Could I convince him to see through the delusion?
How are you going to help him?
I just want to just So I'm not really aware of how anything in the park works aside from the marketing side, but I'm gonna just say, uh, does he normally do this, Darren? David, you must be seeing things. There's no hamburger up there. I just want to try to convince him. I'm not going on the ladder.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to convince him he's hallucinating something.
That's great.
That must be what's happening.
Sounds good. I will ease his difficulty.
Could it?
It's an intellect. Sorry.
Yeah.
Could I farther ease it as I'm trained in persuade?
Ooh.
Yeah. Sure. Snap out of it.
Also, I'm trained in intellect defense, but I assume that only applies.
That's for you.
Yeah, that's a bit.
I was like,
Yeah.
Actually, it is
good-
actually a might roll for the toxin. So
Oh, interesting.
yeah, you'll have to. It's not intellect.
Okay, so yeah, David will be rolling, but if Alex is fine with it, it would ease it by 2 levels. If you spend might on it to try to push it out of your system or something like that, you could drop it another level, but it'll cost you might points.
Yeah.
So I rolled flat out without spending anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you'd have to spend the 3 might if you're going to.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
fair enough.
So,
I rolled the 16, and I'm going to spend 3 might.
Oh, so if you spend the 3 might, there's no need to roll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because then you bring that down from 3, 2 steps because of the help from Jasper, encouragement, and then an additional 1 because you used your effort. Then it goes down to 0. If it's down to 0, then you don't need to roll. So yeah, you snap out of it and you realize that you're on top of a ladder committing a workplace violation.
Oh no, I cannot be seen like
on
this.
the ladder. You are not stabilized you're not stabilized with your hands or anything. You're just on top of the ladder. Just it starts to wobble. What are you doing?
Is there something that I can grab on at top of the ladder?
Yeah, there looks like a uvula.
One of these. No.
That's the closest thing you got.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, it's quite a fall. How tall is this ladder? It's like one of these maintenance, like it reaches a couple meters in the air.
Well, it's I'm gonna say it's about 12 feet.
12 meters. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's reasonable. Okay. Yeah, unless I want to fall, I'm going to grab on the creature of the flesh park itself to try to hold myself.
All right, so you're gonna reach for that. We're gonna swap over to to Darren as Jill's kind of screaming.
Just clanging and begging around with the fight. Okay, Darren is gonna try it. He's still like on all fours trying to go after this little parasite. and if I can get close to it, I am going to give it a stab with my knife. I forgot
see
to
what
subtract my what's here. So this time I'm not going to spend effort. I'm just going to roll. It's eased anyway, so. Oh no, GM intrusion. I rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1. Oh my
Yep.
god.
From a 20 to a 1.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. GM intrusion, you're near the Jeeps because it's trying to skitter along the Jeeps, and like Jill's trying to hit it, you're trying to hit it, you're trying to like skewer it with a knife,
Yep.
right? What you do end up is skewering in your wild attacks. You're skewered 2 separate wheels on 2 separate vehicles. Like,
Oh no. For the air's coming out of them. Yeah.
yeah. So that's exactly what happens. And I'm gonna have you make a speed defense roll as it's going to try and leap at you.
Okay, sounds good. And that is an 8, so it's a fail.
So,
Or no, it may not be. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I should see what if you say it's a fail, but yeah, I have.
It is a fail because it was difficulty 3. So
Yeah, so it's
what's
9
gonna
versus
happen
10.
is it's gonna leap at you and kind of wrap around your arm and your shoulder, kind of like when you carry a rope.
Yeah.
And there's a biting pain. Take 2 damage.
Okay, from might
And
probably.
then make a might defense roll, please.
Oh, okay. The 2 damage would be might, right?
Wherever. Might or speed. You can choose.
Oh, understood. Okay, yeah. You know what? I'm going to apply it to speed though, because I have a feeling I'm going to need that. And then you said it was a speed test, or might?
It was a might
test.
Might test.
Against the toxins. Yeah. Let me just see. I don't think I have anything that would give me a defense against fighting that. So let's roll here. A 2. Oh, jeez.
No.
Oh, TPK in the bunker.
Yeah, you start to get a little loopy.
Oh, jeez.
This is looking like a nightmare, Jasper. What are you doing? Your head starts to spin, Darren.
I do want to take a picture of David up there with the captain hanging in there, but instead I'm going to try to stabilize the ladder underneath him so he can, you climb down in theory. So,
all right, so you do that, David. You're clinging onto the uvula. It's sticky. It looks like the ladder is now stable, so you can climb down for free.
Okay.
Or place safety violations.
Safety violations, yeah. No HAPA here. Yeah, with sticky hands, probably I have better on the ladder.
Better grip, yeah.
Yeah. Protein. Great. So you climb down. Because you work together. Because it wasn't difficult to climb down the ladder.
Yeah. I climb down and I thank Jasper and I'm like, where's Darren?
You can see Darren. He is. It's on him. He's crashed against the one of the Jeeps. Like he's banged his side on it, and this thing's like wrestling with it.
Yeah, he got caught by the burger hallucination-inducing creature. Okay, I want to help him if it's possible. I want to make a sprint towards him.
All right, so you sprint towards him. What do you
do? So I got on my character sheet question for the GM. I got a welding torch. Can I burn just this specific thing, or it's just too wrapped up and I cannot really?
If you don't care about hurting Darren, then it's going to be standard. But if you do, then it's going to be hindered. So it's going to be difficulty 4 instead of difficulty 3. Just do it, man. Just welding torch him.
Nah, I don't know. It sounds too unhinged that I went out of my bout of men. So
okay.
Nah. Okay. I want to help. How exactly? I want to. can I find a glove or something on a spare glove or something around, thrown around?
Sure can.
I'm going to,
Gloves.
yeah.
Yep.
So I'm going to put like a welding glove or something, and I want to grab this thing and essentially convince it to like try to loosen its grip on Darren, if that's possible.
Yeah, that worked. That's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Difficulty
So
9.
I grab it and
53.
I squeeze hard on it as I'm trying to.
Yeah, why don't you give me a difficulty 3 roll?
A difficulty 3 roll coming right up. That's a 20.
Oh, not 20. Great. So I would say that is extreme effect. You basically, yeah, you can grab it, and I can say as the effect, you can just neutralize it if you'd like.
Oh yeah.
Grab in one hand, welding torch it.
Yeah, I'm going to take it, essentially use one of my foot to keep it in place, and I'm going to swiftly cut it in half with the welding torch.
Ooh, very nice. All right, great.
Thank you.
You
Well
all
done.
get 1 XP.
Whew.
Ooh. Darren, are you okay?
I think I'll be okay. You're feeling better?
Man, I don't know. I've been told that I acted very irrational, and I'm very hungry all of a
Oh,
sudden.
you're still, yeah,
It's-
you're staring. Your head's still spinning, and
Oh. Is there
you're
music
just thinking
playing
of
somewhere?
candy.
Candy. Usually, when I'm anywhere near the mystery flesh pit, I have no desire to eat whatsoever. But
Right. You know, Jill's vegetarian ever since she got here.
it's just not the same after.
Oh, that was enough excitement for me, she says. Looks like these Jeeps got busted up pretty bad.
Yeah, the crazy creature must have done some extra damage to him.
Right. I can write that in the report. I got you.
Thank you. Well,
He
those
glances
two are
at the PR person.
yeah.
I
Those
give her a winning smile.
Great. Why don't you do that for me?
Oh.
All right. I don't know if I have a roll for that, but just persuade maybe.
Yeah, persuade worked.
Yeah. What's the difficulty?
The difficulty is 3. It got eased to 2 because of your trick.
I got a 7, so I think that's still a pass.
It's still a pass.
Yeah,
That's right.
okay.
And okay, she kind of relaxes.
Well, if there's one thing we know for sure, it's that those tourists aren't going to save themselves.
Right. How do you want to do this? We got 2 Jeeps. 2 of the tires are.
Yeah. How many Jeeps
there's
do we
a
have?
bad tire on each.
You
Yeah.
can just swap them all into one Jeep, can't you?
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Let's do a quick change.
Who's gonna do
There
that?
should be a jack in here somewhere.
I can attempt that. I think an engineer might be.
All right.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a difficulty 1.
Okay.
Do you have like crafting? Well, I know you have crafting. I'm looking at character sheet. So it gets eased to 0. No need to roll. You change the tire.
Okay.
Yep.
I rolled a 15, but yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
While he does that, I'm going to take a second and catch my breath and look over my wounds, kind of where the thing stung me. I probably have a few bumps on my skin.
Yeah, it looks like you've got like bristles kind of still sticking out of you.
As I gingerly pick those out, I'm going to make a 1 action recovery roll, if that's okay.
Beautiful.
I'm
You
gonna
can
try
do
to
that.
boost those pools back up again. So I'm going to click my 1 action one, and I'm going to roll a d6 here. D6 plus 1. Actually, I rolled a 6. I'm able to boost everything back to full with that. 12, 12, and 7.
While they're doing that, I'm going to go back over to the sort of supply shack, and since we never actually looked to see what the supplies were.
Good point.
The lights are on now. And you can see, yeah, there's ponchos, there's rope, there's pythons even. Just all in like foot lockers, storage lockers.
I'm going to grab the poncho and not really know how to use anything else here.
Yeah.
And and then maybe take like a 1980s selfie, and the caption will be, even the PR team can get their hands dirty.
Right. And Darren, you are equipped with the standard issue bolt action rifle that the park rangers have.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah, I've got that. We definitely want enough gloves, maybe a few extra pairs of gloves.
Okay, great. What else is there? Someone pull a D20 for me.
17.
All right, 17. Great. Let's talk about equipment. Looks like there's a spare prototype in here. Why don't you roll a D100?
Yeah. Go ahead. I was thinking about using 75.
75. Okay, 75 is. Let's see. Oh, okay, that's crazy. This looks like a gel vial, right? It kind of glows bright green, and it is a. It looks like it's not standard issue, that's for sure, but it looks like it explodes. It's like a goo grenade.
That could help us. Does anyone want to take it? Do you want me to carry it? I've got a few prototypes already on me, but I could leave one of my other ones here.
I have no clue what that is, so I am not even acknowledging that.
So I got already some explosives on me as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I have listed as a limit 2, Alex, but I actually do already have 3 listed.
There's one that doesn't count towards the limit that you have.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess that's probably the inverse probability one, maybe.
I think so.
Oh, well, I definitely want to hang on to the goggles. I was gonna use the goggles at the start of this encounter, and then went with light turn on. But is there a way we could store it in the trunk of one of these
you can
Jeeps or
keep in
something
the
like
Jeep,
that?
for sure.
Yeah, let's load it into the Jeep, and then I think we can get around the limit a little bit that way. And that the idea is, and okay, if we do need it, we gotta at least go grab it, and it's a little bit of an extra effort compared to having it on us.
Sounds great. Works for me.
Yeah, let's do that, because you never know, that could come in handy. I feel like we got just about everything we need. I have a few pieces of gear already. There's some rope and tools. With that welding kit, that might really come in handy if they're tangled in intestinal tracts or anything like that. Have you got all the shots you need for the moment, Jasper?
Yes, I have everything. It's all gonna look wonderful.
Despicable. Let's move on.
All right, who's driving?
That'll probably be Darren, I think. Yeah, I'll drive. I'm actually pretty good at it, anyways. I'm trained in driving, and it'll give Jasper some time to take some shots of the scenery, and David some time to make some calculations as to the odds of our survivability.
Yeah, these are Jeeps with the covers on, so hopefully they learned from last time not to have the top down.
The open top. Yep, totally. Yeah. Thing is, we drive through these tunnels, and every once in a while, you'd have someone get pulled right up out of their seat and disappear.
Not great.
I'm sure those are just legends.
I mean, we're talking about 2 years ago, but yeah, legends. Sure, fine.
Great. So as you swap the tire, you put the keys in the ignition, Jeep rumbles to life. And if you'd like, you can set off down the road. Which road are you going down? A, B, or C?
We're going down B. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll take a direct route. Is it known that there'd be some occasional connecting channels between A,
Yes.
B, and C at various points? Yeah.
That's right.
Well, I think to start, we might as well go direct as much as we can. If we run into an obstacle, we'll plan to veer off course and circle back around maybe. But off to B1, I guess.
All right.
As we are traveling, can David rest up just 10 minutes or?
See, what you can do is you can even just take an action as I'm driving. Your first rest is an action, so you can literally do that as we're climbing into the car. You sit down and take some deep breaths and click off your one action.
I want to calm down a little bit and probably try to recuperate a little bit from the nasty burger infection.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
You just roll a d6 and recover that many points. Plus your level. So I believe it's d6 plus 1.
Yep.
Okay, I rolled a 1, so 2.
2.
All right. And then you can rest again for another 10 minutes and do it again if you weren't satisfied.
So these 2, can I regenerate in one of the things that I want?
Whatever, however you want to spread
it out.
Yeah, spread them. Okay, I'm going to regenerate my monk to 5.
And if you'd like, you can do it. You can rest again. You can take the 10-minute action now. So if you scroll down, you can see recovery rolls. There's 1 action, 10 minutes, 1 out. So check those off as you use them, because it'll take you more time
each time
the more you try to recover.
I understand.
The catch is once you do the 10-hour one, then you uncheck everything, and then you get them all back, sort of.
Yeah. Okay. I want to do it right now.
All right, so you're doing it again?
No, I won't do it.
Oh, okay. You won't do it.
You never know. This might be your best bet. If I'm driving for a little while anyway, you might want to while you can.
Okay. Meta-wise, I will listen to the people that played it. So yes, okay.
Okay, it's up to you.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I will rest for the 10 minutes. Let me check that as well and roll another 1d6 plus 1.
You can probably hear Darren pointing out sinkholes and places where they've lost previous employees before his Jasper. Another one. Oh no! So 2 to move around.
Right. Okay. So I would say as you start driving towards B1, there's like mile markers, right? Like along the walls posted for. Sometimes it's whatever the best estimation is. But you can see that there is an anodyne lab truck just parked on the side of the road. And there's a 3 people in hazmat suits out and about. They pay you no attention. Like, you're beneath them.
I'm going to fanboy all over it. Hey, have you seen, like, I'm going to ignore the interesting park stuff. Have you seen them? It's the Anodyne guys.
Darren doesn't stop the Jeep. We just keep going past. I slow down a little bit just to be careful. But as he talks, Darren waves. But as soon as we're past them, he changes it to a middle finger behind him as he keeps going.
Right. Yeah. If you'd like, you can give me a difficulty 4 notice roll to see what they were doing. Whoever is interested.
I was probably looking at them. Maybe it's a fair opportunity, but then again, it's probably not.
Yeah. You've been strictly told never to photograph the contractors.
I was looking at them, and I do have, I believe, trained in perception.
Oh, that's perfect. Great. You can ease it by 1, so now it's 12.
That's a failure.
All right, so
I got rolled an 8 without any easing at all.
Yeah, so you weren't able to see what they were doing, but that's fine.
Assume it's something bad.
It's always something bad. There's always something bad.
Yeah.
Great. So you drive on past B1, and the walls get a little more porous here as you approach the B2 mile marker. And the roads, they're kind of slick with sweat. Yeah, so your Jeep, it almost starts to like hydroplane a little
Oh
bit.
no,
So I'm gonna need
yeah.
a difficulty 5 roll.
Okay.
How are you gonna handle this?
Ooh, nice. Yeah, you know what? I've done it before, probably at some point. So I calm myself and try to just kind of keep the vehicle straight and not exert like too much braking at any time, sort of thing, and just kind of keep pace. But I
Right,
am,
you are trained in driving.
yes. So between that, I'm guessing it's probably a speed test,
Yeah, I'd
probably.
say so.
So I'll exert a level of speed as well. So I'll drop that down to 9.
Easy. Now it's difficulty 3.
Yeah. I think that's the best I'm gonna do. So let's
Anyone want to
and
grab the wheel?
I got a 9 on the
Oh my
roll. So I
god, just
think needs to
enough.
be, yeah, just barely does it.
So this is gonna look great on his employee report, Jasper, because he handles this like a pro.
Yeah, hang on, everyone. We're just gonna slow down a bit. As you can see, there's a little bit of slickness on the roads here. It's never quite been able to sure whether that's kind of a saliva-like substance or more of a gastrointestinal kind of ooze.
Ugh, well, it certainly smells like sweat.
Oh no.
So wonderful, wonderful. You get to the mile marker B3, and it's kind of wrong. This is where it branches out to A and C.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, there's a connection.
Yeah. But B3, it looks like there's a big femur bone just like blocking the road. Like you don't know how it got there. You don't ask questions, but it's almost like it's protruding out of the flesh walls.
Yeah, it's now like partially exposed for the first time probably in
Yes,
decades.
and it
Yeah.
is blocking the temporary access road.
Yeah, or
The B3.
hmm. If we were to get out of the Jeep and go on foot, do you think we could squeeze around it, or is it better to stay? It's probably better to keep the
Absolutely.
Jeep to
Yes.
okay, either or. Choice time.
Yeah. Or you could go to A or C.
Yeah.
Go 3.
Through cross
There maybe at like 5 or 6 there's another connecting path that goes back to B.
Yeah, then we'd come back from behind up
Whatever you
to
want to do.
B6 or B5,
I
B4.
was thinking, since I have a detonation kit, of course, it's more of a damage type of deal, but it could be probably used for like mining operations as well.
Yep.
Like to try
Yep.
to
Absolutely.
dislodge this natural bone structure.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Yeah,
Is
you can definitely do that.
Are up for it.
it, do you fear in any way that might just bring the whole thing down on us though?
That's why it's going to be a roll.
It could be chunky, yeah.
Mm.
I am going to take this time to activate my ultraviolet goggles. We probably have a few lights on the Jeeps, but
Right.
the goggles last for a while anyway. So I think I'm going to do that and stand back.
Sounds great.
We'll pull the Jeep aside, kind of get it out of the way.
So, question for that it's not geography. Can I argue for learning or puzzle solving to make it a placement that I would kind of lessen the damage to the outer wall, so we are safe, but we just get this particular bone formation out of the way?
I'll say puzzle solving. Sure, that works for me.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So, do you guys agree? Do you want to do this? I'm pretty much. I'm also looking at Jasper. Like, do you think the boss is going to be okay with this?
I'm just a marketer. I don't. It's not my business.
He'll spin it some way positive anyway. So it's exciting activities in the flesh pit, like blowing up pieces of exposed, mysteriously giant bones.
This guy gets it.
The benefit though is not just to us now, but it's once we find these poor tourists. If that's out of the way, we can just drive them straight out of the way quicker. So I think you go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get ready to take a nice picture of David hard at work putting up exploits.
Yeah. Put them up, even have a smile minutes before disasters, the caption. What should I roll? So I put the explosives. And that uses the entire prototype.
Yeah, I would say it's an intellect type roll,
It's an intellect type of roll.
and it's gonna be difficulty 6.
Difficulty 6.
So you'll-
Okay.
But puzzle solving reduces it by 1, so it becomes difficulty 5.
So you're rolling
Difficulty
15.
5. Okay. I want to spend 1 intellect to get another +1 just to be safe.
Yeah, so that'll get it down to
So
12.
since you have an edge of 1, right? In intellect, it won't cost you 3. It'll cost you 2 instead from your
sorry,
intellect
2.
pool.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
11.
good point.
Yep. And
And
it would be eased down to difficulty 4.
difficulty 4. Okay. Ooh.
If I had something to give him some extra light, maybe I point the Jeep headlights in his direction while he's doing it. Could
Sure.
I offer him another assist or another level of ease? Try to, or maybe it needs something a little bit more.
I think it'll need something a little more substantial.
Okay.
Than that, sure.
I rolled it and it's a disaster.
What'd
Oh
you roll?
no.
A 2? Oh no.
Okay.
Okay, so not exactly a GM intrusion. We're not in
But-
horror mode. No, this kid does not
Yeah,
have
exactly. Yes.
Okay, great. So you place the bomb against a bone, and
Flash range.
everyone can give me a speed defense roll
Okay.
as you get back into cover.
I'm trained in athletics, so can I lower the difficulty?
Yeah, likewise, actually. And that's not going to help. I got a 2.
I got a 15.
Oh, good.
I got a 9. I don't know if that's good.
9. Okay. All right. So we can. So the difficulty of that was 4.
12.
So those who failed, you are going to mark off on the damage track. Just one step,
Still
as
impaired.
that bone kind of explodes out, sending shrapnel splinters.
Ooh.
It collapses in on itself, and what's worse is teeth, giant fucking teeth, start raining from the ceiling, dislodged, and those who failed do get crushed a little bit.
Yeah, I'm impaired.
So yes, it was a disaster.
Oh, it was a great idea, but I'm still happy we tried it. It's all
Yeah,
good.
you tried it, and the Jeep's not damaged.
Yeah.
Just a little busted up.
Yeah. Few new dents. Oh, okay. Maybe we should. Okay, do off the top of my head, do I remember anything specific about passage A or C that might make either more attractive as an option to detour down?
Do you remember anything about A or C? I think that relies on your sensing danger ability.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sure.
Perfect. Try to think back. I'm not gonna spend. Yeah, I'll just do a straight roll with that one level of ease.
It'll be a difficulty 2. It got eased
my-
down to a difficulty 2.
The luck is just going up and down. I'm back to a natural 20.
Natural 20. All right. In the A track tunnels, right? There was a bit of an infestation, but obviously a security team took care of most of it, but there might be lingering creatures, microorganisms, macroorganisms
Yeah.
there. Track C is a little shaky, like geographic wise.
Oh, okay.
Like might be more Jeep work.
Okay. So I think we can probably aim for A then, you guys. I don't know what. Yeah, hearing that, how do you guys feel about it? Possible enemies down A, or possible creatures, I guess. Versus C being maybe a little bit more difficult terrain.
You're driving. But the last time we had one creature, you two didn't do so well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And Darren stands there for a second. You see, he looks a little dazed. Sure, let's drive. Let's do
Roll
C
for
then.
emotional damage.
Yeah, that's an intellect challenge to avoid emotional damage. No.
Yeah, so if you are, you can go down path A.
Let's go. A for Anodyne.
So you go A, A3, A4, A5, and then
And then-
B5, B4.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And then after.
So it's a bit of a detour, but keep your eyes open. We'll be traveling the same path, getting back with anyone we can survive. Every minute we waste is could be detrimental to those poor people trapped with Kennedy.
That's right. Great. So you are going to drive back out and go into the branching path. And as soon as like you're recovering from the giant tooth fall, you can see the familiar lights of that anodyne lab truck coming up the road towards this section, towards B3.
Oh, interesting. They're hard at work today on something.
Yeah, and they basically approach up behind your vehicle, but they don't get out. They all sit in their vehicles, kind of watching you.
Yeah, even David is getting creeped out, and he's the fanboy of this company.
Yeah, and some of you are injured, so
Yeah, absolutely.
so being on the damage track obviously will make your effort cost 1 additional.
Yes. And we lose our minor and major effects on the rolls. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so right now you're impaired.
Do we have enough space? Like, since these guys wait for us to move on.
Yeah,
Can
you got
we-
enough space, but right now they're not even.
Can we let them take the lead?
No, what they're gonna do is they're gonna sit there.
Ah, okay. Even though they have enough space to get around our Jeep. Okay.
Yeah, that's correct.
They're either waiting for us to leave before they resume whatever nefarious thing they were up to, or they're now just monitoring us. Let's see
You
if they
can't help
follow
but
us.
feel like a lab rat.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay. Well, let's get a move on. Those guys. So sooner or later, the day will come when their time is up. But for now, let's focus on our mission.
Focus on the mission.
We have people to save. Damn it.
All right, so you do a 3-point turn, and all the while you can see kind of their heads moving in unison, watching your Jeep. These anodyne scientists, barely through the tinted windows of the lab truck. And as you enter A3,
Yes.
and you're driving along, roads are good here. It's quite smooth.
Yep.
What's going through all your minds right now?
Go ahead, Jasper.
I'm sort of not thinking about the park right now. I'm thinking about what I'm gonna eat for dinner.
Is
I'm
it
feeling,
Well,
yeah, I'm feeling a sort of like, I don't know, meat maybe. I kind of McDonald's was actually a good idea, but yeah, I was just that's what's on his mind. He's just daydreaming now.
nice? Yeah.
I think
What about-
Darren's Darren's thinking about the frustrations of constantly trying to save people while people like Jasper are gonna put out pamphlets and brochures, and they're just gonna bring more people to the park that I'm gonna have to turn around and try to save, and then it'll be spun again, and it's a cycle that never ends.
How
And
long can you keep that up before you're
how long can
churned
we?
out,
Oh God,
turned
yeah,
into
and
ground meat?
oh God, and then that is just thinking of like the inside of a stomach crushing and squeezing
Ugh.
ah, that's
And as you're driving, you can even see the walls kind of pulse,
pulse a
undulate.
little, yeah. Oh God damn.
Yeah, and like above you, right? There's almost like a leaky blood vein, so it's kind of dripping down. You hit the
Behind
wipers.
behind the facade of a little bit of goofiness and
Yeah.
light-hearted spirit, David is a little bit saddened with himself. The emotional damage joke was more truthful than he wanted to let on.
Oof.
He kind of failed the group for now, and
Oh.
he is trying to make itself good because he wants friends like Darren, but he also wants to impress the company through Jasper. So it's not a very good look for now on both ends.
You'll get your redemption arc.
Yeah,
Redemption.
Yeah.
it was a valiant effort. It was a great idea. So
Yeah. Can someone give me some kind of roll to perceive or notice as you enter A4?
Yeah, I can do that with the trained in perception.
yeah, if you're snapping shots anyways, it makes sense. You'll be the first. I got eyes on the road, so
That was a 16.
nice.
Nice. With a 16, I realize I should be giving you the difficulty. The difficulty for this is difficulty 3, which you nailed. All along the ceilings, these pale, flat-bodied, 8 feet long creatures are just like on the walls, on the ceiling. There's a handful of them. There's like 5 of them. They kind of one of them scurries away as the jeep approaches, but they don't make any movement to harry you until you notice them kind of trailing behind the jeep after it passes. These are flatworms. You are familiar with them, Darren.
Oh no.
They're one of the PBSO's most common predators, and they tend to attack people who get separated.
They look for easy prey kind of thing.
That's correct. You should be fine in the jeep. Should.
Yeah.
You do know that during the summer months, when it gets real hot, their prey, their typical prey is develops. It's scarce. So then they look for. They've been known to probably attack tourists.
So how do you spin something like that, Jasper? How do you make people excited to see a creature that really has no other purpose but to
Kill
kill humans and
Oh.
suck them dry?
Every other national park has its own predators: bears, mountain lions. These are just more of those.
Wonderful.
You just got to keep your distance and watch nature from a distance.
Darren keeps a straight face, but he's like, damn it, that's how they always do it. That's how they always get away with it. And this damn place stays open.
Yeah, any time they attack is just a tragic accident.
Great. Yeah, but yeah, these flatworms, they're following your jeep. So
Well, you know what? Maybe I'll drive a little fast. We'll see if we can lose them before we get to the trouble. Because if we get, we got a ways to go yet. But yeah,
yeah,
I do kind of
you
want to
have
put them behind us.
you have to go through A4, A5, and then B5. So in the meanwhile, you can try and lose them. I would say that's definitely a difficulty 3 to lose them.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. I'll give that a try. And
Because you're in a car, right?
yeah, would the driving play into that?
That's the I set the difficulty.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so
But
an 11.
if you're trained in it, right?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Then you can reduce that by 1.
So I think with an 11, then we're good.
Yeah, you are.
Nice.
So yes, you lose these flat parasitic worms for now. Yeah. You remember, just like flashback, you remember the security team coming back from
After they,
kind of culling a large swarm of them. It was not pretty. You're pretty sure someone lost a limb.
Oh, gross. And I mean, it holds them back for a little while, but before you know it, they keep breeding or coming back. So it's kind of like, so by fall, they'll have to send another team out and probably do it again.
Yes.
And just keep reducing those numbers, but they keep coming back.
This place is riddled with parasites. But yeah, you speed along, you blow past A5, and that's when you see the connector back to B5
Perfect.
and C5. So, what are you doing? You're going B5 and then
Yeah, and then we'll turn around and start heading back to B4. Get everyone, keep your eyes open as things could get hairy quickly.
okay. Yeah. So as you turn back towards B4, you're driving along and you can see the site of the sinkhole. It looks like where the temporary road was set down, it got like almost swallowed by the like a puncture wound that opened up, and it is quite curious because there's no sign of a jeep, like a tour jeep, but there is another anodyne lab truck. It's not the same. It doesn't have the same number as the one that was following around behind you, but it looks like someone's already set up like pythons and rope to go down.
Oh, interesting. I'm gonna look for a safe place, just far enough away to park the Jeep. We might need to tie ropes to it or something like that, but we don't
Yeah.
want to risk losing it. I think we proceed closer to the edge of it from here on foot. We should probably harness ourselves to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does the Jeep have like a winch on the front of it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Okay.
great observation. So you park the Jeep,
Put on the emergency brake.
you step out. That's smart.
Yeah.
Might come in handy later.
Uh-oh.
Has the smell changed at all here?
Has the smell changed at
a
all?
little more acidic maybe or more
Yeah, it's
copper?
definitely more acidic.
More acidic, yeah.
Yeah, there's that twang in the air that almost reminds you a little bit of vomit.
Oh god. Well, I think we're here. Why don't we get out, lay out our equipment, have the towels and first aid kits handy, and we'll see if we can recover these Kennedy and those guests. Sam, can you hear me? As I kind of get a little closer to the edge.
Nothing.
No. The anodyne truck looks more or less empty. Like they've
empty,
come,
yes.
set up, and descended already.
That's right. It looks like they've probably, like, you can probably guess, they probably set up the Titans because these pythons and the rope, they're not standard to your interior department kit.
Yeah.
Now, call me nosy, but I'm tempted to see inside the truck.
Yep.
Let's say
Tinted windows.
out of accident, if we would be to enter, are there any kind of mission reports like do this, go there?
Well, you'd have to get into the truck, and it seems to be locked.
Damn it. To be fair, I kind of agree with Darren. We need to save the people first. Yeah. Let's just hope that these assholes are on our side, like the anodyne people, because
I mean, you could always break into it. I mean, stuff happens. Like,
Jasper, look away.
okay.
I'm not gonna report you.
Okay, sure.
I'm a marketer,
will
not a.
attempt, I will
Yeah.
attempt to break into it, but
Just grab a piece of like bone shard or something if
Oh
there's
my
any
god.
like, and just smash it and say it fell off the ceiling.
Yeah, exactly.
I like
Exactly.
how you think. Yeah, yeah. Leave it to the marketing people to sell this. Yeah, I like that idea. Yeah. Probably any hard bone fragment or anything around, and try to break inside.
Okay, great. Yeah, you can definitely do that. So with a satisfying shatter of glass, this lab truck opens. Well, one of the windows, right, is broken.
Mhm.
You can unlock the vehicle.
Okay. I am trained in anodyne technology repair, so may I make a case for investigating their tablet or something if it has like a Tesla truck or something at the front?
It's
Well,
the
here's the thing.
80s.
There's some kind of like.
Oh, sorry, you're yeah. Sorry, you're sorry.
I'm not gonna have you roll because let me describe it first. So in the lab truck, right, it's quite spacious in the back. There's about a bunch of lockers set up along one side of the wall. Most of them are ajar and like empty, but there's one locker that hasn't been opened, and in it is what looks like to be an assault rifle and a like a vest plate. So the rest they're formatted the same, but they're empty.
Mm-hmm.
There's four lockers. And then in the other corner, there is some kind of device wired up, glowing, a lot of fancy lights. And you can give me a difficulty 6 check, eased by 1, because you are experienced in anodyne uh,
Okay.
technologies
So
to figure out what
this is
the
an
hell this thing is.
intelligence, right?
Hmm?
This is an intellect.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to spend another 2 intellect to give me another plus though.
Okay, so it would be ease difficulty 4, DC 12.
Okay.
Not bad.
Take control, a 1.
A 1?
A 1.
Oh, that could be.
Yeah. So I would say as you make your way deeper into the back of the truck with the lockers, right? Just nosing around, there was a panel that you missed, like towards the back. Like you crossed this threshold into the back truck. There's a panel on the left hand side that was kind of blinking for authentication. And that's when an alarm starts to ring.
Shit.
What do you do?
I will take the gun for our group and run outside of the truck.
All right, are you taking the plate? It's like a combat vest.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great, you take it.
No, it's just the bone fragment set the alarm off.
Yeah.
Must be.
So you got some goodies. The assault rifle is a heavy weapon. It is rapid fire. So what rapid fire means is it can. Let me see. There's rules for this. I have to look in the main Cypher rules.
I have an inability with heavy weapons, so I
I
don't
know,
think
so
I
it's
can help you
hindered.
with it. So yeah. So,
Yeah, same here.
One.
Same here.
All of you, I think, have an inability with heavy weapons. But if you want to make it harder, the roll harder, you can do a little more damage.
To be fair, they don't know that they're anodyne guys. So
No, you played a lot of video games, so
yeah, it's the same. It's the same.
why is rapid fire not in the index?
Apparently, David played a lot of Grand Theft Auto.
In the 1980s.
The first one, yeah, let me check.
Oh, I think rapid fire is just
This one is very...
it's a trait that different abilities can use and take advantage of, which none of you have.
Yeah, that could be.
But yeah, you have an assault rifle. It looks like, M16. So you are next to the alarm blaring lab truck from Anodyne. There's the pit. You don't want to go in.
No, I don't.
Do you want to
But
go in?
I think we want to try to rescue. If I get right to the edge of the sinkhole and test it with my foot, is it really like immediately
It's
quicksand?
soggy, yeah.
Yeah, it's
It feels soggy and squishy.
Oh shit!
And it goes down about, let's say, 40 feet.
I swore 2 weeks ago I'd never do this again. Oh,
For getting to the sinkhole, you all get 1 XP.
okay, we got a little bank here of XP now, so let's not forget that we can use that to introduce some items and to benefit us. Yeah, you know what? I think I'll spend an XP to go back to my bag of stuff.
Okay.
And if it's okay with you, I'm gonna pull out kind of a diving suit that
Ooh, hazmat
goes
diving
over
suit?
top. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and it's kind of like
That's smart.
it's
So
just
you
a
have
little
a
bit
full
of extra
saturation
lining.
environment suit.
Yeah.
Okay. It will be armor 3.
Armor 3. So that might now that works
10
a little
hours of air.
against my speed effort if I remember correctly. So yeah. So I'll get suited up and ready.
Yeah, you check the seal. The seal's good.
Yeah. And if we have Jasper at the winch, or
Actually, I'll say it's a self-contained enviro suit, so not as much armor, but it doesn't mess up your hand-eye coordination.
Thank you. Yeah, that's perfect.
Because the full saturation environment suit, you need like claw manipulators.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Find someone and the claw reaches out and like crushes them accidentally. No.
All right, so you suit up. What's everyone else doing as they prepare to descend? You're like, do I get one of those?
Yeah, that would ruin my luck. We can't make the poke appear dangerous. He's just escalating the issue.
Yeah, how do you make this attractive?
I'm gonna take a picture of him and say the park goes above and beyond to ensure the safety of its employees, giving them unnecessary equipment for a mission. Unnecessary, but also like above and beyond, in the sense that you don't need it, but you get it.
Oh, right.
We care so much about the safety of our employees that
they go well and beyond.
Yeah. We have solid protocols to ensure the safety of at all times.
Brilliant. I love it.
Then take the picture of David with the assault rifle.
That one's harder to explain.
And I need to do a better job locking their staff.
What's the Texas usually they love some guns, if I'm not mistaken. So it's probably David's.
Okay. Well, I'll descend and I'll be ready. If you want to stay on guard, David, be ready to shoot anything that comes up behind me.
I will definitely make an effort to do that.
All right. So as you descend, I think that's a perfect spot to take a little bio break, 10 minutes. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Great. And action. Darren, you lower yourself down into the sinkhole. And you go down about 40 feet with the rappel ropes that were already set up by Anodyne. Because these don't look like interior department ropes. They're a lot better. They're not lowest bidder. And as you lower yourself down to where this Jeep-sized crater is, um, you can see the shattered remains of the Jeep.
Yeah.
There's a few blood splatter in the Jeep. It's completely empty.
Yeah.
And you're looking up 40 feet up, and you see Jasper and David looking down at you. And this continues. There's a cave that continues.
Oh, damn. So they left the Jeep or maybe they were pulled from it, but is there any sign of the Anodyne guys or any equipment they've left behind or dropped off now?
Yes. Now that you ask, yes. Do you have some kind of like notice or clue finding roll?
The biggest thing I have there is the ultraviolet goggles that are
Okay.
on. So they're
Yeah,
gonna
okay, I'll
hurt
give
me
you that.
later, but they'll help me in the meantime for spotting stuff.
There's no light set up here. Actually, the one light that is in this area is one of the headlights of the
Yeah.
shattered Jeep is still on, but it's like flickering and
Sputtering
illuminating
away.
the flesh walls.
Oof.
We're
Can I-
going into horror mode. No,
Yeah,
this game
totally.
does
No,
not
no.
have a horror mode.
No, not technically. But
Can I spend a XP to do something? Or to notice
Absolutely.
something?
What
So
is
I
it?
would like to look down in the tunnel. I would like to spend an XP to notice that there are scrape marks down the side of the tunnel indicating that the Jeep didn't just fall straight down. It was slowed down
Yep.
by the sides of
Oh.
the tunnel. So the people had a relatively much safer fall than if they were to just fall 40 feet in a Jeep.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take your XP.
Right.
Candy from the baby. But what you do notice now that you're looking at this scene here is there are shell casings like everywhere.
Okay.
Like we're talking 20 plus on the ground. Like it was fired from some kind of machine gun because this is not a rifle shell casing.
Is there a mask on the suit like I can open up to call back up to them? I probably don't have radios to them. We never really. I guess we could have.
Yeah, let's say there's a speaker.
Okay, speaker in it. Like, yeah, there's signs of a battle or fight down here. Must have been the Anodyne guys. They must have had guns in those other lockers. So possibly up.
Two separate
pretty-
events happened.
Yeah, the Jeep came down, and then at some point they were followed down.
It's just giving you an uneasy.
Yeah, and I get the
There's a
feeling.
gurgling, like there's some kind of
Oh.
like constriction in the flesh, like
Yeah.
intestinal work deeper within these caves.
I get the feeling that Anodyne, being second on the scene, probably weren't as keen on rescue efforts as we are. Their goals might be quite a bit different.
I'm starting to feel less bad that I triggered the alarm on the car. They might finally actually be aware that something bad done here.
I'm curious if I should be having you guys come down behind me now. Is it have I been more or less smothered or covered in goo yet? Like I've probably
It just feels a little damp in here. For
yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so it might be safe for them to come down. Do you guys want to come down?
How's the lighting down there?
It's
light.
dim. It's virtually nothing. But
It's just the flickering headlight of the Jeep.
I'm gonna look to David.
Yeah, I have an idea, but this is a little bit to make. Tell me if this is to MacGyver. Can I try to improvise a flashlight from the lights of the intact Jeep from above, like the one next that I broke into?
Yeah, if you
Both
can
of them are bad.
unscrew the bulb of the headlight, just deconstruct it and turn it into a portable flashlight, sure, with like some battery. That's gonna be a crafting roll. Difficulty 4, but it gets eased to 3 because you have your training crafting.
Okay, I will attempt that.
So you're
Also-
gonna keep destroying the Anodyne lab
The
project.
Anodyne truck. Yeah.
Okay.
Eventually, we're gonna dump the whole thing down the hole, down the sinkhole.
Okay. GM intrusion. Yes or no?
For
Oh,
Victor
do I have to
specific.
explain what the intrusion is?
You usually aim it at one of us specifically, or
All right, I'll
the
aim
whole
it
group.
at David Clark here. That
Yeah.
alarm's been going off for a while. It might have attracted some wildlife.
So
Do you
you could,
send an XP or
or do you accept it, which means you'll get an XP, or you'll get 2 XP. You'll get 1 XP and 1 XP for you to give to one of us, either me or Sawyer.
yeah, you can be like, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that. Yeah,
Okay, all right, no problem. Then you pay up that XP and you get to work on that flashlight. Remember, so it got eased down to difficulty 3. So why don't you go ahead and make me an intellect roll?
20.
20, nice, great. I'm gonna say the major effect for this is that yeah, if you focus this beam, you add a button to focus the beam, and that will basically hinder others' attacks on you. You shine it on them if they have eyes.
Great mechanic. I love it.
The boost, but I will say, it will also sap the battery. Everything has its cost.
Yeah, this should. Of course, the process is messy. I disregard the truck, and I'm like, yeah, this should work with the powerful flashlight.
Okay, great. And are you going down into the pit then?
Carefully, yes, yes.
No roll
I'm-
required.
yeah, I will slowly get down in the pit. And I will even ask Jasper if he can get a shot of us going well and beyond our.
Yeah, I'll make sure not to include any blood or remnants of the Jeep in
Are
any
you taking?
shot.
You take a picture of the Jeep?
No, I'm taking a picture of David climbing down.
Oh, sounds great. This is great promotional material.
Yeah.
He's got the
And-
anodyne assault rifle and the vest and the. You can put the flashlight on the assault rifle. That's cool.
Ooh, nice.
And maybe it's obscured by the lighting, but
Yeah.
whose
So-
best an assault rifle actually is, or even if it is an assault. I don't know.
I always do a little cleanup later, a little Photoshop on it.
Yeah, Photoshop didn't exist, right?
I'll be going back through the photos, so picking my favorites.
Great. So you go down 40 feet and you descend and you're at the Jeep crater. What about you, Jasper? You're the last one left up there.
I guess at this point I have to go down, because I need the photos, and I'm not going to get any photos of them rescuing people if I'm sitting up here.
Right. You need to
The good-
talk to the tourists. You need to calm them down.
And if they've already been dead and partially digested, the great thing is that skeletons are always smiling. So the picture will look like they're happy.
So yes, as the rest of them come down, Darren, you're standing at the Jeep crater area. You just feel a dull aching pain. I'm just reminding you that you're impaired.
Yes, yeah. No, that's it. We're not going to be able to go on like
A
this
major
forever.
toothache. I
Yeah.
get an XP for that. No.
GM awards themselves XP.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know.
For all intents and purposes, you don't hear anything. You are alone.
Darren's doing that kind of quick calculation of how many years to retirement and thinking, damn, that's too many years.
Maybe it's best to just cut your losses and just.
You just take on. You know what? There's lots of parks out there. I mean, I'm sure Yellowstone or
There's safer parks for sure. So what's the plan?
Well, shall we rescue us some tourists?
that we shall. You ready,
Okay.
David? Let's proceed.
You hear a burping sound from deeper within the cavern.
Proceed cautiously. We have if all is lost, we may have to make a run for it. We can't. I'm not sure if the tourists will be okay, or if even the anodyne people who might have come after could be left and could present a threat to us.
Well, I'm sure the anodyne people I don't know. I'm sure they did fine, and our park guides are very well trained, so I think everyone's gonna be okay.
I
Nice.
like the
Yeah.
pep talk. I get it a bit easier.
A very nice pep talk. Very nice. So what's cool is you go down. You're confident. You're full of swagger, hope. And as soon as you take a few steps, you notice the floor gets a little liquidy, right? And there's that faint sizzle of acid under your boots. It's not quite like eating away at your boots, like your boots are gone, but it's like you're hearing that sizzle.
Yeah, this might be part of a stomach track. I think we're
Oh, and then you can see an area where it like dips down, and the stomach acid gets a little deeper, and you hear the sound of moving liquid like a waterfall, and like
yeah.
almost as if it's coming out of a pipe. It's coming out of like a large pour, and it's just pouring out like a waterfall.
If if we pass from this into an intestinal tract, that's when it gets really bad. So hopefully they're ahead here.
uh you can see some shell casings from uh a ranger rifle here in this area. Some of them dissolved.
Is there any kind of sore marks on the walls or anything like that where you can see there's like little pulsing or little spurts of blood coming out?
Yep.
Yeah. So
So might have been someone else.
yeah, actually, that raises a good point. Is that maybe it was combat between them and creatures, or it could have been between them and the tourists. Maybe would they have gone so far as to execute a group of tourists in the way of whatever they're trying to study?
That's quite sinister.
Oh,
Your mind wanders to some
I
sinister
don't put
thought.
anything past those anodyne creeps. Uh,
Oh, I'm sure they wouldn't do that.
On one hand, what I'm about to say is worse, but I believe that probably the Amazon people also got overrun by whatever it's in here. That's my suspicion, at least.
yeah, that seems reasonable to guess. Okay, well, be on guard. Let's proceed.
All right.
To get around this kind of pool where the water is coming out, can we skirt along the sides of the wall?
Absolutely, but that will be a speed roll, a speed test, as you kind of shimmy along the walls, not to fall in.
I'm gonna.
Difficulty 4.
I'd like to use my athletics training.
Absolutely. You
Oh
can
yeah,
ease
and
it.
I got that too. Yeah,
All
yeah,
right. You
okay.
also ease it.
I don't. I. Yeah, I don't.
Uh-oh.
Oh, 13. Oh,
I barely got it with a 9 on the decreased difficulty.
Oh, so you
Oof.
almost slip forward into a vat of bubbling stomach acid as you shimmy the ledge. What about you, Darren?
A 16 here.
Oh,
I'll
you're
get it.
the park guide,
Yep, yep. Stepping
right?
from gallstone to gallstone through
Mm-hmm. Ugh.
it.
Yeah, and I guess this is where you reach an area where it opens up into a larger cave with multiple passages, and you can hear, I think, far off in the distance, gunfire coming down the left path from the left path, and then someone asking for help. Sounds like a little kid on the right path. What do you do? It splits off. It's a fork in the road.
Yeah. Darren instinctively heads towards the right path. I think if there's a chance we could save some of the family, one of the families, then we should do that. If
I agree, since the other people have guns to defend themselves. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in consensus on that too.
All right, sounds great. So you go down the right pathway where you're hearing this kid yell for help, and it looks like it's another acid room,
Yeah.
a room filled with stomach acid, and there's these numerous like anemone type looking things. I'm gonna share the picture here, and you know these to be macrobacterium, and they're all within the acid thriving. The kid is perched on a ledge, like underneath an acid waterfall.
Oh no.
Like not directly underneath, but like
Yeah, like
behind the
hidden
acid
behind it.
waterfall.
Yeah.
He's about what, maybe 9 feet up, just scared. He's got one of those like propeller hats, the caps on. He's got a mystery Flesh Pit National Park T-shirt on. He's
Yeah,
wearing
totally.
shorts. He's very scared. He's like, "Help!"
Hey.
Meanwhile, these macrobacteria, they're trying to move up the wall, but they keep sliding down.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of them. There's I think around 10.
10. Okay.
I'd like to use my prototype, the traction pads.
Sure.
Which just if I they're just pads I put on my I think hands and
Yep.
legs, and I can climb stuff. So I get 15 minutes with them, and I have to do a speed roll equal to the level of prototype, which is a difficulty 3.
That's right.
And can I reduce that with athletics or no?
I think I'll give it to you.
Okay. All right, that's good. 8. So
You're pro.
I would like, yeah, that I want to give David the camera. He can take a picture of me doing this. I'd like to climb across the wall and.
Oh, okay. Like above the macrobacterium.
Yeah.
Their feelers are like reaching for whatever movement they feel.
And.
But I will say, like, they kind of detect the movement coming from you all as well. So yes, you leap onto the wall, you stick on, and I think we're gonna go into combat order just proper here. Why don't we roll initiative?
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Jasper's like, "Hey kid, are you having a good time?"
No, I miss my parents.
Oh.
So initiative is also D20.
Initiative is a D20. It's like any other skill.
And it is eased for me. Yeah, we'll just go with one level of eased. And I got an 18. So
8 here.
Yeah, so the target number to beat right now is actually 2.
Oh.
So it's difficulty 6. I mean difficulty 2, 6.
Yeah, is your target.
Oh, then I didn't get it. I got 5. So.
Okay, so anyone who got below a 6 go after the macrobacterium. So, who would like to go first?
You know what, Sawyer, your character does have oh no, sorry, you don't have initiative. That's what you, yeah, no, I was thinking athletics still. Whereas I have initiative, so no. Damn. If you're already on the wall, I think what I will do is I'll try to cover him with my light rifle, and whichever one of the little spore creatures is nearest to Jasper, I'm gonna take a shot at.
Sounds good. So, I know you think as long as he's on the wall, they can't. They're just sliding back down.
Oh, okay, yeah, there.
Yeah, just to give you a better.
Yeah,
but they're a part of that swarm. It comes towards you.
Yeah. You know what? I suspect that David with the big gun is going to be able to take out those ones if me and him stay together. So I am going to try to cover Jasper, and just in case Jasper happens to fall for some reason, then I do want to kind of make it a path for him. Maybe, I don't know. Or what do you think, David? Or should I cover our? Okay.
No, that's a good idea. Yeah. So we definitely take it slow, not fire outright. Since sense vibration. We can trick them. Like, can I
Yeah.
can I shoot very controlled, not risking anyone's life, completely opposite in the wall, essentially? One bullet.
Sure. Yeah, I would think that's an intellect roll for sure.
Yeah, just for
But it
just
is
for
hindered because you're
essentially
using a
that.
heavy weapon.
Yeah, good start. Okay, I'll follow. I'll see what happens.
So that I would say you're set at difficulty 3 right now.
Yeah, no, 2. So I probably just shoot the wall and nothing happens, essentially.
Yeah. So you got above. You got below a 9.
Yeah,
2.
2. I got 2.
Damn. Okay.
All right. GM intrusion, if you'd like.
For
Stomach
David?
acid will go up a couple feet momentarily and then down.
I'd take it. Anyone inclined
Yeah,
to?
sure.
You agree? Okay. So you get an XP. You get 2 XP, one for yourself and one to give away.
That's for Victor?
Yes.
For David? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, you shoot the wall, right? And this is a case of upset stomach because that there's a little acid reflux as that acid level rises,
Right, right.
and then it sinks back
Yeah,
down. But I will say that does give one of the macrobacterium um, a chance of an attack on Jasper.
I flip the coin. Mike gets the other XP.
Okay.
Um,
I will say, is anyone not wearing protective equipment? I think that's you, and you're wearing the environment suit,
I've
Darren.
got environment. Yeah. And then David has the plate vest.
Yeah. Okay. The plate vest wouldn't work but
Okay.
just
Yeah.
take 1 acid damage to your might.
okay. Ow.
So that's what happens. Upset stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Won't try that again then.
What about you, Darren?
Darren is seeing the acid level rise. That's when, and he was maybe aiming at one of the ones near us, but he'll instead see that as the acid level rises, one of the microbes is a little closer to Jasper now. So he's going to take a shot and try to cover Jasper's approach to the kid.
Okay. The kid's crying. Ah!
Well,
He's
yeah.
reaching out to Jasper. This kid. There is just the acid waterfall still.
Oh god, come to the flesh park. It'll be fun, they said.
So yeah, go ahead. It's a difficulty 2. So
And I'm gonna spend an XP to re-roll it. I rolled a 2. So
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I will. And that turned out to be a 5 on the re-roll. Not enough.
5.
Should have spent some XP on, or should have spent some
Oh no.
stats. So I miss.
What happened? Okay. So yeah, you bolt action rifle miss.
With every like miss, there's a little jet of acid gunk that comes out of the
Yeah,
wall.
I would say so. What about you? So I think at this point you failed the initiative, right, Jasper?
Mm-hmm.
So one of the macrobacterium lifted up by this surge of acid it's going to try and touch you. So you can try and dodge it with a speed defense roll here. It's a difficulty 2.
14 would be a success.
Okay. So describe what happened. How did you avoid it?
I just hold on to my hands, just lift my legs up off of the wall.
Yeah, and these little feelers, these tendrils, they barely miss your feet. All right, and it's your turn proper. Actually, no. Now 8 of them are going to try and attack Darren and David. So this will be a difficulty 2 speed defense roll, as these feelers are going to try and basically envelop you. So this is 4 rolls each.
4 rolls each.
4 rolls each.
Oh, now I wish I would have bought the edge for speed too. Yeah, Victor, that was a very smart move for David to get the edge.
Remember, it's difficulty 2, so you're
Yeah,
looking
so
to
not
get
too
above
hard,
a
not-
6 4 times.
Yeah. All right. So first 2 rolls I'm going to make straight. Oh no, we got a 5 already.
All right, just keep going. We'll tally it all up at the end.
Yeah.
You need to see these rolls. I'm going to type them in the chat just to not repeat myself. So 4 rolls, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No kidding, these are my rolls.
Oh, a 1.
1.
Okay. That is
Okay.
a GM intrusion.
Yeah, and given that's the second, I've already rolled my first 2. I have a pass and a fail, but nothing extreme. So if you want, you can do the GM intrusion before I do my last 2 rolls.
The damage failure is just 2 damage each.
Is it 2 damage to might?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna roll every roll flat. Let's just and the pass. That was with 10 and pass 17. So I failed 1 as well. I failed my very first one and then succeeded on the other 3.
Okay. So yeah, every failure is 2 damage.
Okay.
As these creatures, they start to lunge onto you, start to burn away what you have. Let's see what happens on the 1. I will look at my Game Master section because there's special rules for 20s and 1s during combat.
Where do we take the damage? Sorry.
To your might.
To your might. Horrible.
Yeah, that hurt.
All right. Major effect. Ooh, perfect. I'm going to say on your 1, right?
Yeah.
So on the 1, you trip. Right?
Oh.
You get knocked down, and as your body hits the ground, a bit of the acid splashes off. Also, I'm going to combo it into another GM intrusion that you can refuse here, but I'm going to say the stomach acid is going to go up again. Because I'm cruel.
I cannot combat it because I don't have any XP.
Oh, you don't have XP?
No, I have the edge in speed and I had 1 time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no XP left. So I cannot counter it. Yeah, okay. It's rising.
So yeah, I would say the stomach acid in this room rises again, and you get fully submerged. And when it comes, it's burning pain, and it comes back down. Your skin's not eaten away, but it is a horrible sunburnt bright red. And why don't you take an additional 3 damage from being fully submerged in stomach acid?
That's
3 to might.
Yeah, 3 to might.
What happens if your might is going below 0? Because
if it goes below 0, you get 1 track on the damage track. So now you are impaired.
I think you might have already been, or no, you weren't yet.
No, I don't
maybe
think
only I was.
So I am -1 might impaired.
Yeah, effort will. Yes, that's right. Effort will be harder for you to do. Yes, as you are submerged momentarily by this bile, this acid. And you do get an XP though, and another XP to give away.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And these macrobacteria, they're all over you. You did get a 20. So what does that entail? That entails...
Unfortunately, if he's impaired, he doesn't actually get the effects on his 20.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Okay.
But he could see, he still has to give the other XP away, so you can give it to Jasper in this case. He might need it.
Yeah, if you want.
Sure. Let's do it. Jasper, take the XP away.
Now I think
you get 1 and you give 1 away. So.
Initiative is it's only rolled once, right? And then that's the set thing for the entire combat.
Oh,
yeah, I think so. No,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
dexterity. Yeah, you bet.
So
Yeah.
back to top of the round. We got
I don't think I've gone.
Oh
yet, 'cause
shit,
I
my
think
bad.
you did the. Yeah,
You're
you're
good.
good.
Yeah, he'd be at
So,
the end of the round.
I'd like to spend it. So you said the acid waterfall is kind of between me and the kid.
Right.
I'd like to spend an XP that sort of to say that during the process of this filling faster, it's flowing, the acid's kind of in the waterfall, it's kind of trajectory changed. So
Perfect.
it's now going out more. So now I have room to move past it.
I'll buy it.
Wonderful.
Yeah. I'll say for this round. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go try and grab the kid.
All right. That's gonna be an athletics difficulty. Difficulty 4.
Okay, I would. So I can spend stuff on this too.
Yeah. So
lower it.
you've got
Yeah.
athletics that reduces it by 1, so it's difficulty
Yeah,
3.
I'm gonna spend the would it be might or speed?
Your choice.
Speed. I'll spend the 3 points of speed
Yeah.
to
And
to reduce it by another.
perfect. So you need above a 6. Dave Clark, I noticed you have a -1 on might. That becomes 0, and then you can take the -1 on somewhere else. So
Okay.
speed. Yeah.
Oh, I got a 19. So there's
Ooh, perfect. That is a major effect or a minor effect.
Minor effect. Yeah.
So that's good. A minor effect is the player rolls a natural 19. It's something beneficial to you, and I will say, yeah, maybe the kid crying out to basically jump into your arms, that gets some of the macrobacterium off of the main group, right? So maybe 2 of them branch off. So and they're trying to reach out at you.
so I want to get him like on my back or
Yeah.
something, just so like he's stable on
The
there
kid's
and I can
crying.
still
Yeah,
pull
you
on.
feel his wet tears on your staining your nice collar shirt.
He's
He's
having
gonna
that
pay
much
for
fun.
that.
He's having so much fun. He's crying.
He's crying with joy. Yes. Top of the round, David or Darren.
What do you think, David? We better
There's
get
6
you.
of you, or 6 of these macrobacterium around you.
I think Darren can go before David
Yeah.
because David is still getting some of the gunk off him.
Okay. Then I will take aim and shoot at the nearest one to me.
Sounds good.
And shooting's always speed, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And it's a difficulty 2.
Difficulty 2. You know what? There's a good chance I'm gonna blow this thing away. So I'm gonna spend effort to do more damage, so it won't affect the roll.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say no need. I'm nice.
Oh, okay.
One shot will blow this thing away.
Blow it away. And I got a 19, so I actually get a +3, I think, on damage anyway. So yeah.
+3 on damage. I will say, just because of the nature of this swarm, you'll get 2 of them then.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 7 damage total.
With
so,
1 bullet.
Yeah.
Right? It just like goes through this macrobacterium. It explodes. Tendrils come down like confetti. And 1 bullet, 2 macrobacterium. That's that's a story you could tell at the break room.
Yeah, no kidding. Management will even approve of that.
Well, you're on your back, David, lying in a pit full of acid. Your skin's, like I said, bright red, agitated, irritated. What are you doing?
I will try to get back on my feet.
Yep. And
then I want to try, but can go very bad. I want to try to shoot at the ones that right now have their attention towards Jasper and the kid.
Wow, you're heroic. Not the ones, the 4 that are on you and Darren. Okay. Yeah, you can do that. I would say because usually the way Cypher system works, you get up and that's like your turn, which kind of sucks. But I'm gonna say, yeah, you can shoot, but you're gonna be hindered in an additional time.
Yeah. I mean, so to be fair, I'm hindered, and I also have
inability with heavy weapons.
Inability with the weapons.
Yeah, so it'd become difficulty 4 instead of
difficulty
12.
Yeah.
Oh, let's hope this is.
And that's a speed roll.
a speed roll. 17.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
That
+1
does
damage.
extra damage as well.
Yep.
So the assault rifle actually does 6 damage, and it does with the extra damage. But he's impaired, right? Okay. Yeah, that takes out 2 of them. That takes out the 2 that were reaching up towards Jasper and the kid. So there's only 6 left. There's 4 on you, on David and Darren, and then there's 2 left trying to reach for Jasper. Great. I think it's the Macrobacterium's turn.
Well, that's
And
them.
it is going 2 each for Darren and David, so you can roll twice, difficulty 2, speed defense roll. I will say the acid did rise once again. So one of them will try and reach up towards you, so that's a difficulty 2 speed defense roll for you as well, Jasper.
20 and 6.
You're good.
I got a 6 and a 4. I'm going to spend my last XP and re-roll the 4.
Okay.
I got 13, so I'm good.
13, you're
15.
fine. Well, it's your turn proper, Jasper. You've got the kid on your he's grabbing onto you for dear life.
So I just want to get around enough, sort of climbing the walls above them, back into kind of where we came from, just to get the kid out of danger.
Yeah, you can do that.
Ooh, good plan.
Yeah, that'll be what I do.
Top of the
Good.
round.
So you can make me an athletics roll.
Ooh.
So it's going to be difficulty 3.
That is a 9 again. So
9, you passed. Wonderful. So you get to a safe area, and it is top of the round again. David and Darren.
So Jasper's made it to safety. I think we got to
That's
just
right,
start
he's got the kid.
disengaging here. Yep.
Yeah. There's no way forward in this little chamber. It's like a dead end.
Yeah, I think we might. Him
So-
might be. We'll have to question the kid when we get him to safety. But
The kid's screaming top of his lungs now.
okay, yeah, let's go.
Your ears are so close to him screaming, Jasper.
Yeah, but that's a good question. Can we safely disengage? Like, I'm thinking of not wasting ammo if we can just pretty much out retreat them.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
That's going to be a speed test, difficulty 2. So it's pretty easy.
Yeah, I'd try that.
You couldn't possibly fail.
Couldn't possibly roll a
No.
couldn't possibly roll a 1 and invite an intrusion where 10 more suddenly come in.
Have you seen my dice this game?
Okay. With being impaired, I am going to spend speed on it.
Yeah.
And so that's going to actually cost me 4 points from
That's
the
right.
pool.
Yep.
So, but it'll drop it down to a 3 because at this point, I just don't trust my luck anymore. And I rolled a 1. No XP left to reroll.
Oh,
GM intrusion.
I'm gonna say there's all that gunfire, all that moving around, and the gastronomical disruption. I think that's gonna attract something bigger. So I'm just gonna mark right now that you have something's attention. It's not quite coming yet, but if there's another intrusion, then
It'll kind of like a clock kind of thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, do I take any damage?
Nope.
'Cause obviously I didn't. Oh, okay. Got away.
No, these things are fairly slow, so
Yeah.
I'll take the intrusion, and I'm happy with that. But if you wish, you can all run out. Sounds good. So you get back to the fork in the road. There's no longer gunfire coming down the left path.
Uh-oh. That could be a bad side. Okay, quick, kid. What happened to your parents? What happened to the others?
I got separated. I did what I could, and I climbed, and oh my god, they're so scary.
Yeah,
how many of you were there?
Well, there was
I'm
my
gonna
mom
stand back and take a picture of Darren.
and my dad. You give him the trauma blanket, right?
Yeah.
You know.
And there was the nice guide, Mr. Kennedy.
Yeah.
He hurt his leg, but he was actually he looked kind of cool with his gun.
Oh, glad to hear he put up a fight. We'll try to save the others if we can. We might send you back to wait by the jeep. Why did you guys leave the jeep when you landed?
Oh, we got chased away by this big scary monster.
Okay. Well, before I just look over there towards the kind man who saved you from the waterfall. I just need you to give him a quick thumbs up, and then we'll bundle you back to the
He
front of
gives
the.
you a shaking like thumbs up.
Come on, you could do better than that.
Give me a
hold him up
photography
for-
roll or some kind of persuade. Yeah,
yeah. I'll do. I'll just. Yeah,
this
I'll
is
do
an
the.
intellect roll for sure.
Okay. See how we do with the persuade training,
Mhm.
or photography training. I guess it doesn't matter. So that's
yeah, it's difficulty 3 originally.
That's a 15. So
Oh.
I think that's good.
Kid puts on a brave face and gives you the picture of a lifetime. Not quite Nobel prize
God, I
winning
hate this.
picture, but it's good. It's a good picture.
Okay.
Yeah,
take 'em-
that's gonna be on the employee magazine probably.
Yeah, right. Monthly
Please help
email.
my mom and dad.
We will.
And he says his name is Johnny.
Johnny, yeah, I was gonna say we need a name.
Johnny
Little
Hoffman.
Johnny. Okay. Johnny, we're gonna get you to run back up that passage there, and when you get to the jeep, you sit in the back seat of it, and we'll be with you shortly.
Well, there's the acid in the way. We can guide him out at least.
Oh, the acid in those areas, they're like puddles.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, actually, yeah. There's the ledge. You're right.
Yeah, I could. I don't know. I guess the 15 minutes is probably up, but I could just guide him back out, and then.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna make you do a roll for that.
I'll guide him back up, find him a hiding spot, and then head back.
Sounds good.
In like the trunk of the Jeep.
Yeah, you put him in the trunk of the Jeep. Brilliant.
Where we left that other prototype. Accidentally set
What's
it off.
this? It's a bomb. No, the bomb is in the Jeep. The orange
driver
bomb. Yeah.
glove compartment. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. I got my placement mixed up here. Oh yeah. Let's go down another passage. I don't think we want to follow where we heard all the shooting from, but maybe we'll head down another one in the center. We kind of went down the furthest right, I think. So back of that area, is there a few other tunnels that we could choose from?
No, there's just that left path.
Oh, it's either left or right.
Or right. When you went right,
yeah.
that was the stomach acid chamber.
Well, we could tentatively try left if you guys want. We could.
Oh, we have to find Johnny's parents for the PR.
I mean, yeah. I'm sure they're having the time of their lives.
I will say I will take some kind of intellect roll. Difficulty 4 for noticing something.
Okay.
Can I reduce it through perception?
Yep.
Okay.
Could I reduce it through sensing danger?
Yes.
Yeah. That's a failure still.
2. I've never had such a collection of 1s, 2s, and 20s before.
I rolled a 7.
Okay. Great. So you all failed. Wonderful. Yep. So I think you would notice too late then. But yes, as you start approaching down this tunnel, you hear like almost muffled voices, like they're behind hazmat suits. But you catch the tail end of it saying like agitation raised a success.
Uh-oh.
And then they just like when you step into the chamber, 3 people in hazmat suits, armed with assault rifles, they all turn towards you. And they raise their hand. Oh, no further.
We're looking for the tourists who were lost here.
We can't let you into this area. This is top secret clearance.
Fair enough. Is there a way that you could have you seen any of them ahead of you, or?
I'm not going to answer that. Nah, he's giving you a hard time for sure.
Oh yeah,
Come on, man! It's the parents of a kid. come on. I'm trying to appeal to an
Yeah, I
emotion
mean,
that
someone can,
probably
that's like definitely intellect roll.
and he's
But
crying and
it's
they
gonna
might
be a
be dead
difficulty
and completely
6.
desecrated. I'm making the worst image ever.
Yeah. A
So,
difficulty 6. Now we're also disadvantaged with social, or I'm disadvantaged with social, so I don't think I could help you convince them.
yeah, no, I'm also so.
I think someone else would have to convince them.
I think it's gonna have to be Jasper.
Well, yeah, I can. What I can do is I have I can use my negotiate ability. So spending 3 intellect points.
Yep.
It says it's pretty much that we're gathering, trying to come to a agreement,
That's
and
right.
so I can reduce. You argue the compelling point of appealing to their humanity, so that your difficulty can be reduced by 2.
Nice.
I don't know if I can reduce it a farther
Yeah, you
one
can.
with.
With
Can
persuade.
he,
Yeah.
or can I do it for him with
You can
persuade?
do it. Yeah, if you
Okay.
speak.
So yeah, I'm gonna say pretty much that we're trying to save these people, and we don't have any interest in what you're doing, and if these people go missing, if the guy goes missing down here, more people are going to be coming down here to look down here, and it's just going to further interrupt whatever you're working on, which is none of our business.
Masterful. So you reduced difficulty 6 down to difficulty 3, Sawyer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Perfect. You can go ahead and roll that intellect roll.
Um,
Oh, you can also use extra effort as well to
Yeah.
reduce that to 2.
Do you want me to do it? Do you want David to do it?
Doesn't
David
matter.
I can do it. Yeah, I'll reduce it to 2 because of I have a lot of intellect pool.
You have taken like something that you'd need an 18 on down to something you need a 6 or up on. That's
I
pretty
rolled a 17 on it, so we're good.
Oh, nice.
Damn.
They look at each other, right? And also the extra effort that costed you 2 points because you have an edge
Yep.
in intellect. All right. They look at each other. They murmur. They say, "Okay. Whatever you do, do not touch the equipment. Do not mess with our project."
Understood.
And it wasn't quite a 20, so they will have one of their people just follow you.
That's not a problem. I wasn't planning on touching this
I,
stuff.
I
Although
don't
he has
mind.
I will say you have to get out of the way of the photos because I can't take photos of you.
That's true.
Nice. Well done. Let's continue further down then and see if we can find this kid's
Yeah,
pants.
so this nameless person in Kevlar in a hazmat like outfit is following you with an assault rifle. How does that make you all feel?
I'm taking a moment to sort of. I feel somewhat actually safer because this guy's a gun, so I want to take that moment to rest, and I'd like to spend an action to recover.
Sounds good. You do that. You'll have 10 minutes going down this path, so I will.
Well, I do have the one action one left.
Yeah, I understand. So that means you can use both if
Yeah.
you wanted to. And for anyone else who's on the 10-minute
will.
track,
Yeah, I will definitely use that. I'm distrustful, but Jasper made a good argument with them, and they seem to relent for now. I have absolutely my focus is defends the weak. I am keen on rescuing tourists. If this nameless guy happens to get picked off by a monster, then that allows us to escape with the innocents. All the better. That works just fine for me.
sounds good.
How
So
about David?
you enter.
Pretty much same with David. David, a lot of the dazzle went away, so he is distrusting of this fellow Satanodyne, but he's another individual with another gun. More guns, not a problem.
Sounds good. Something wakes. So what happens next? I guess this would open up into your first impression is a forest, right? Like thick trees, tree trunks. but they're not trees. They're basically the ivory color of ribs sticking out of the fleshy soil. So you're in like a rib forest. And you could swear you see something like go left or right between these ivory trees. What are you all doing?
I want to look for signs of either the parents or the guide. See
Okay.
where they would have gone.
Yeah, that's
Cautiously
definitely a roll.
I perception apply again.
Okay.
That's another 17.
Nice.
Nice. A 17. 17 will give you the location of the guide. You see someone, they've got their leg in a splint. It's tour guide Sam Kennedy. He's crouched, like he's got his back against one of these ribs. He's got his rifle. Uh, and when you see him, he sees you and he goes,
Oh,
eyes wide.
stay quiet, stay low.
And this at this point, there is going to be a GM intrusion for let's say Jasper, because there might be like you might hear the shrill shrieking whistle, and that might summon some creatures into the area.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend the next XP to block that.
Okay, sounds good. But yeah, he just goes. His legs in a splint. He's not doing well. He's on his last magazine for his rifle. The You can see also on some of these rib trees, there's these anodyne devices like hooked up, and it almost looks like Christmas lights.
Yeah.
And on each rib is like a an electronic device.
Monitoring something.
You can see periodically one of the devices, right? It like physically vibrates the rib, and flesh gets really swollen and red.
Oh God, it's like the agitation thing they said. So yeah, no, they're trying to aggravate it.
What are you all doing?
Help the guide at least out to the
Yeah.
sort of entrance area.
Yeah, and he staggers to his feet. He says, "Did you get it? Did you save anyone?"
We got the
got-
kid. Where are the other parents?
Uh, we all skedaddled. We all split up. We're all in this area hiding.
Wait, stand there real quick.
I think there's an abyssal copiopod here, and it's like it is something that looks like this. You've only heard stories
Yeah, it's in the
of
handbook. It's
of
in
that.
the.
It looks like one of these. So think
Oh,
alien type predator that's lurking in this forest of ribs.
Did you see where the parents went? No.
I
somewhere
know
around
there
here.
might be in here.
The last you saw them, they were alive.
Yes, I kept them safe.
Good for you, Sam. That's you might get that employee of the month yet.
You know, I could. That jeep fall was pretty drastic, but good thing the jeep scraped against the wall and minimized the damage.
Yeah, it's really lucky.
Otherwise, I probably would have lost my leg.
Divine providence looking out for you, friend.
Yes, so.
And XP points.
So you know that the abyssal copiopod is perhaps the best known and most feared wildlife within the pit.
Oh,
So you think there's one in this area. There are some like floodlights set up.
Yeah.
Because just to monitor the equipment, right? And it does give you a sense of safety.
Well, we have to find the parents now.
Yeah. I'm tempted to say we split up and fan out a bit, but on the other hand, it might be best if we stick together.
Well, our babysitter here won't let that happen. I'll look at the anodyne.
Don't touch our stuff.
Yeah, we won't touch your stuff. We're just got to look around. We are almost.
And he's going to stand near his stuff, and he's not
Yeah.
going to follow you.
Okay.
And the guide is over near like the entrance, right?
You have to get back to the entrance.
Oh, yeah.
But Sam Kennedy is maybe we'll send back to the Jeep if he can make it. He might not be able to. Maybe he can hobble.
He can hobble for sure, but he's kind of scared. He doesn't want to go out there alone.
Yeah.
He hasn't. He's like, I've had a chance to make a run for it, but every single time I could hear this thing whistling. He's giving you 1,000-yard stare.
Well, we can walk with you back to the entrance, and then can you make it back to the Jeep from there?
Yeah.
Okay. Take a few minutes to try to quietly and carefully get him back to the entrance of this cavern.
That's gonna be a speed roll, eased by stealth.
I don't have stealth.
Difficulty 6.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Is everyone rolling it individually?
One person. Choose one person.
I could literally blow 2 levels of effort on it and drop it down to a 4, but I don't have much beyond that.
You're tapped. You're juiced.
Yeah. But I don't think anyone in the group has stealth, do we?
No, I don't.
No. Oh, whoa, wait. No, I do have stealth. Oops. I actually do have.
Use some stealth. So use
So I might try. Yeah, I might try to help the guide. So obviously, I don't know if I can also keep the gun. I'm tempted to give the assault rifle to Jasper so that I can better hold the guide. And I try to slowly get him back towards the collapse tube.
So between your stealth and if you spent a level of effort, so it cost you 2 speed plus your stealth, you get it down to a 4, so you need to roll a 12. That's still better than what I had. So it's not great, but it's almost 50% odds.
I think you have the 1 XP, so
you got to reroll.
Okay, so I spend the effort, so 0 effort left.
Yeah, so 1 level of effort would cost you 2 points from your speed pool.
Yeah, so you don't spend effort. You
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Spent 2 speed.
Yep.
And let's see. Fingers crossed. At 10, I will use an XP to reroll that.
Okay.
Yeah, because you want to get a 12. I think difficulty was 6, right? So yeah, he wants to.
6.
All right. Sounds good.
Good try.
So as you're walking out of this red forest, right? The floodlights all go off, and you hear a burst of gunfire, and then nothing behind you. But you're out.
Okay. So me and the guide are out.
Yep.
As in out of this life or out of the...
No, you're out of the area. You got out.
Yeah, you're back in the other
You're
cavern.
completely fine.
Okay. Okay.
Jasper and Darren are in the dark now.
I will. I mean, I know you can cause more damage, so I will only let him ask me what he wants me to do to help him try to get onto the rope and try to get outside.
No, he says, I can take it from here. I'm a
Okay.
park guide.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead. Your friends need you.
I will return to the
Oh, and then he
group.
says, you might be able to use this. Roll D100. He has the prototype on him.
Okay. D100. That is an 85.
Okay. So 85 on the prototype list is, let's see. Hold on. Finicky. So we're going to roll on the prototype table. You got an 85. Why is it so hard to find? My apologies here. Oh, here it is. Okay. 85. 85 is a... Ugh. This looks like a assist.
Okay.
And he says, just add water to it. And it'll make a structure.
Like a bunker, surrounding us.
Yep.
Yeah.
If possible, I'd like to spend an XP and say the gunfire attracted the attention of the other guys, so they're gonna rush in here to go see what the power outage or all that is going on.
Great. That's great.
Nice.
Okay. That's fantastic. So when you
they're
get
gonna
back
be
to
meat
the
shields.
I thank Sam, wish him well, and I return to the group.
Yeah, okay. So you return to the group. You pass by the area where you initially met those anodyne scientists, and they're gone. Looks like they've entered the rib forest.
Yeah, they entered the rib forest. Okay.
We
And
gotta find the parents now.
sounds good. It is completely dark. Besides your singular flashlights, and you are all I know you're separated, David, but I know Jasper and Darren, you're together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Jasper has my gun and the flashlight.
Can
Darren see with his ultraviolet?
Yeah, he can.
Okay. Yeah, I want to keep looking for signs of the parents moving quietly.
All right, sounds great. I think this is going to be a difficulty 6. Intellect or speed roll. Well, no, intellect.
Yep, I'll spend the 2 points to bring it down in difficulty, and then perception to bring it down once more.
Sounds good.
Yeah, well done.
That's a 1. I'm going to spend the XP. Oh, I can't spend the
Yeah,
XP to reroll.
PM intrusion. Sounds good. So, yeah, at this point, there is some muffled, like, through a voice modulator. It's one of the scientists. And he's like, where'd he go? Why are the lights? It's like, the generator's damaged. And then you hear both of them scream. And sounds of them being dragged away. And that's when you hear a trill shriek. Unhuman, just inhumane, alien. And that's when you hear more skittering coming into the area. So there's more of these things now. And you still haven't found anyone. Any of the 2 parents.
I might try following up his role with my own attempt to track. I'm going to try to look for signs of their passage and see if maybe they've been wounded as they were running through here, or if they dropped anything that they were holding, any type of thing. So yeah, I'll use tracking, and you said it was intellect.
Yeah.
So with tracking for 1 step of easement, and then I'm going to use my 2 effort to drop my intellect down to 1. And
What'd you roll?
I accidentally muted myself. Sorry.
Oh.
So sorry. I haven't rolled yet. I've spent 2 levels of effort. Oh yeah, but the second level of effort isn't as much. It's 3 then 2.
Yeah, it's
so
still yeah. It's
yeah,
5 total.
yeah. So I just have 2. So I have dropped it by 3 levels total. From it was still challenge 6.
Yes.
So then I'm down to 9. Oh gosh, I hope the dice finally love me again. They don't. I rolled a natural frickin' 1.
Another natural one. Great.
Literally a 1 staring up at me.
All right. I will say you do find a just one shoe, a heel,
Yep. Yeah.
and this will help you. This item will ease further rolls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got something. I'll call just before something
Yeah.
bad.
And then like you're shining your flashlight, right? Looking across corners. So you quickly shine your flashlight where you hear rustling, and something pretty big just moves out of your line of sight. So that's another token for me.
Yep.
What about you, David?
I will
Something
guide
pale
myself.
and tightness. Yeah, you're by yourself. You don't have a light, do you? Oh, you do. You do have a
I
light.
do not. I do not. So to be
Oh, you do
fair,
not. Yeah, that's
may
gonna
I?
hinder you
That's going to hinder me.
if you search for anyone but someone with a flashlight.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to search for Jasper to follow the.
All right, then it's gonna be a difficulty 5, so you don't get turned around. It's an intellect. You can use your puzzle solving to ease this.
Yeah, I will definitely do that. Yeah. That's a 6. I don't think that's good enough.
Okay, great. Sounds good. So I'm gonna
Okay.
say you're gonna be lost for and isolated for a little more, but you're hearing things creeping all around you. Whatever it is, you have the sneaking suspicion that you are surrounded. All
I'm
right,
not paid enough
top
for
of the
this shit.
round. Jasper, Darren, what are you doing?
Still looking for the parents, I guess.
Okay.
There's a shoe over here, Jasper. So maybe they went that way.
Yeah, so this will ease the difficulty.
Okay.
So now it's 5.
I will keep searching. I'll reduce it again with effort.
Okay.
So that's a 20.
20, nat 20. All right,
Yes.
great. So you I would say with 20, I think you just find them both instead of separate, right?
Yeah,
That's
I like
good.
it.
But before that, right, you pass by underneath these 2 giant ribs, and you can see one of the scientists is like hung. He's like speared
Yeah.
on it with like
Yeah.
some kind of bone, and the legs have been eaten off. And just like right maybe 10 feet from that is another tree, a little pouch, little crevice that 2 people are hiding behind. It looks like a guy in a polo and shorts, and then his a female woman. Looks like the 2 looks related to Johnny, but they look very scared and they're quiet.
Yeah, I'm gonna go towards them and whisper, like, "We're here to get you out of here."
Thank God, thank God. The guy says, "Did you find our son?"
Yes, he's fine.
Oh, thank God. GM intrusion. Something is going to grab the guy. Grab onto the guy.
I'm gonna spend an XP right
Okay.
now.
Oh yeah.
I'll take your XP.
I'm eating through my XP. But I picked the extra ones though.
All right, so that doesn't quite happen. Maybe in a different reality.
Yeah. Alternate reality version.
Now you just got to get out of here, right? Oh, now you. There's still no sign of David. Are you gonna look for David, or are you gonna get out?
probably get out of here. David went back towards the entrance, so he should.
No.
If we spot it, well, yeah, we'll keep an eye out. But
But we gotta get the parents back. You know, we
Yeah.
can turn David into like a martyr for the park.
Hey,
we're
what?
gonna
No.
name one of the new rules in the rule book after it.
Don't go alone. It's the David system instead of the buddy system.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That's kind of funny. Yeah, if you get a rule named after yourself, that means someone fucked up. All right. Well, let's swap over to David as you're looking around, probably feeling your way around in these ribs come up like pillars. You're just
It's
hitting
like one of these horror
jittering.
scenes.
Oh, we very much went into a horror.
Yeah. I don't see anything. I probably grab onto something. It's probably something alive and
What are you
moving.
trying to do?
So I essentially want to see if any kind of light source can be seen.
Yeah, I would say so. I think if you want, you can roll for that.
Okay.
You can roll a difficulty 5 intellect check as you move your way around. And if you fail, we'll advance.
Yeah. If I fail, it's a good ending for David, I guess. That's another 6, man.
Okay, so you find the generator. You find one of its blinking red lights on. Like it's flashing on and off. You turn it on. It looks like someone just turned it off. It's really unsettling.
Yeah, I turn it on.
You turn it on, and your eyes adjust, and you're surrounded by these things. And that's when we're going to cut away to and in the distance you probably hear David screaming out for help. So what do you do, Jasper and Darren?
We need to get the parents to the entrance first, and then we can help David.
No, we gotta
help.
He gave you the gun though. That's the thing that he's got nothing out there.
Wow, that's fucked up. That's crazy.
I'll go back. I'll see if we can get him. You take the parents, get the parents there, and then join me.
Oh my god, we're splitting up.
Splitting up.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Darren. Wait, Darren, you have a gun, right?
I have a rifle, so yeah.
Yeah, then
and I'm terrible with the big gun, so I might as well just stick with the rifle. Okay, I'll see you soon. If nothing else, be prepared to if we don't make it back, then just make sure they get to safety, and please try to discourage people from coming to the park.
No, I can't do that, Darren.
Yeah, that's this is just that one risk of the job.
Oh, damn it, Jasper. And with that, I'll run back towards where we heard David's cry from.
All right, give me a might roll, and this involves you getting there fast because
in
you
time.
hear him screaming. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. I have no compunction about.
I'll either take that or I'll take initiative.
Oh, I'm great at initiative, so yeah.
I think everyone should roll initiative right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
The difficulty is going to be 6.
Holy moly!
Sorry,
okay.
5.
Now I rolled a 17.
I rolled a 17 as well. So.
Nice.
Okay, I bounced off my keyboard and caught it, and I got a 6. So no, I failed it.
You failed. All right, great. So, Jasper, you start making your way with the mom and dad back to the entrance, and you're hearing that chittering. You think you do see in the way of the path. You see these copiopods. There's one of them. This one's smaller than the other one, but like it's so unsettling because their hands are like human hands. They're just completely ivory colored as well. They got their feelers that look like feather dusters, 4 of them on each side of the head. They're making its way towards you. So what are you doing?
Is there any way we can duck out of sight?
Yeah, you can give me an immediate stealth roll or some kind of evasion roll.
Does athletics count or no?
Yeah, because it's moving fast.
Yeah.
It's going to be difficulty 4 because
They're
you are
heading towards us. We want to circle around. Difficulty 4, you said?
Yeah, because you're also leading the two.
Is that brought down with athletics?
Yep.
Okay, then that should be a success 10.
10, great. So you
Yeah.
quickly say, what do you do? What does this look like as
Duck.
you're leading the parents?
I'm like, I guess behind them, kind of guiding them, and I just push them around one of the bone trees as the things.
Yeah, and then it
Come
goes
towards us.
past with
Yeah.
its hand like feelers scraping against the ground. Meanwhile, we're gonna hop over to David as you just turned on the generator, the floodlights go on, and there's 5 of these things surrounding you.
I know exactly what I want to do. I want to spit on the sport thing to create the
Oh, nice. That's
the
brilliant.
bunker around me.
Yeah, so you can use it's called the shelter cyst. You spit on it, and it creates a barrier. I'm gonna say it's a little small. It's like a 5x5 bone barrier that you trap yourself in, and that's when they'll pounce and they start to scrape and claw, and you can just hear it on the outside. It's quite harrowing. So that's what they're gonna do during its turn. They're gonna try and just break into this little goodie bag, this gift basket present. And Darren,
Yeah.
you are moving, so you can spend one more turn to move. But
Yeah,
you
as
do
I'm
see up ahead that they're trying to get into this
they're
shelter.
trying to get into. So I will slow down a bit and move more cautiously. I am going to inject myself with my auto synaptic stim
Wow,
to
incredible!
give myself a little bit of boost on the next one. It does require a might check for me right now, though,
Okay,
or it's going to slow me down a little bit. Sorry, it was might check equal to level, so it is
might a level
12.
4.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So make a level 4 might check to avoid 3 speed damage.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna drop 2 from my pool just to
Okay.
make it a little bit easier, and then I'm just rolling against a 9. My rolls have not been kind, so that's 14. I made it.
14. So
Oh my
like
gosh.
you just like
Yep.
put it right in your neck, inject
Yeah.
it, and you're feeling good. You get this adrenaline surge,
Oof, oh yeah.
and you're ready for whatever's up next. So Jasper, we'll cut back to you, weaving and bobbing through the bone trees with the frightened parents right behind you. You avoided one of them on the path, and the exit's like it's right there, right? But then you see the abyssal cophiopod. It's like it's stationary and it's right in front of the barrier, and it's feasting on one of the scientists. Yeah, this thing's the size of a jeep.
I'd like to spend an XP here
Sure.
to distract it. So essentially, one of the other scientists didn't quite die when it was attacked, so he
Okay.
starts shooting at it from the darkness, or from
Oh,
not the
okay.
darkness, from the corner, and he's not hitting anything, but it's enough to like get this thing's attention.
It will give you the opportunity to slip past. How about that? Yeah.
All right.
It's gonna be difficulty 5 speed test.
So
and it got eased because of the guy shooting at it.
Yeah, I would like to reduce it using athletics. I would also like to use, it says applies to allies. If I can apply this to the parents, I would like to apply encouragement, spending an intellect point.
What are you telling them?
Run, which will give them a bonus on athletics in theory. So that'll give them a bonus of athletics, which
Okay.
I don't know if that comes back to me. And then I will spend the effort.
That's great.
Free passes
right.
for a future visit.
Yeah.
So you were at 5. The guy who was shooting at it became 4. You used your encouragement to help the parents. I'll reduce it to 3. You using your effort, which reduces it to 2. What else?
Then I have athletics
and
too.
you have
Is that one?
athletics.
So
All
that's
right.
just 1.
Difficulty 1. Don't roll
A 1.
I needed that because I got a 4.
Oh, nice!
Wow.
So, can you describe the scene here as the scientist emerges from from behind a rib and he starts firing at it?
Yeah, he's like
This is your
probably
chance.
he's missing his right arm, so
Right.
he has his left arm. So he's just standing there, like spraying the gun at it, missing everything. And then the abyssal thing just turns to him, and it's like the camera's facing it as it's turning, moving towards him. And then you see the three of us just like run
You're
towards
running
him.
in the background. That's a
Yeah.
great scene. Wonderful.
it.
And then it lunges towards the camera, and then we'll cut the black there.
Yeah, perfect.
Beautiful, beautiful. Great. So what are you doing, David? You're just like this in the shelter. You can see the bits of bone kind of tearing away from the shelter, and you can see their feelers, their hands trying to reach in, pale hands. What are you doing?
Okay. Good David needs to come up with a solution pretty
Welding
damn
torch,
fast.
obviously.
Aha.
Weld at the hands.
Let me look, because I got the prototype, but I don't know exactly how to use it. Okay, this might be a stretch, but can I? So I got an emergency containment which puts something into stasis, but the stasis is it like, I'm thinking a little bit
Yeah,
too
no,
much.
it just like freezes them in place.
Can I freeze the cage in place so that it takes more time for them to tear through it?
Yep. Yeah, so what does this look like? Describe it.
So I essentially quickly take out a gadget, and it projects like some kind of a field that essentially acts like a glue, like a balloon. And
Okay.
then they are trying to chip away the bits of the bone, essentially get those back into place.
Sounds great. So you're still in this thing. They're trying to hack away through it. So that's what their turn is gonna be. They're still going to try and break away. The stasis immediately breaks, but it did buy you another round. Darren, the adrenaline's coursing through you.
Yeah.
You got the rifle.
And there's 5 of them all around
There's
his little
5 of
shelter.
them. They're trying to get in.
Yeah. I'm going to try to pick one off. I'm going to try to shoot one.
Okay.
We'll see. I might turn the whole group on me, but if that's the case, then I will run like heck for the exit. Yep. So I'll raise my rifle and take a shot. I'm going to. Oh yeah, and I'm already eased 3 steps from taking the stim.
So this is, I believe, it might be an automatic success here, because the smaller ones, they have a difficulty 3. So yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
You just
okay.
succeed.
Sounds good. So it'll do 4 damage.
And do you want them to come after you and give David a breathing room? You do have quite a lead if you try to run.
Yeah, actually, that's fantastic. Yeah, if they do that. So, yeah, he'll shoot one and cause 4 damage, and he'll yell down, "You disgusting freaks! You want lunch? Come get it!"
Nice.
And then he'll run.
Beautiful. Jasper, you're out of it. So I guess you're out of the main rib forest. You're passing through where the lab guys have set up. Is there anything you want to do?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna let the parents go back to their kid and like the guide. They probably know the way, and I want to go see if they have any goodies in the lab area, since no one's really watching it anymore.
Yes, you can see a container, like a very high-tech container. You think it's full of prototypes. So if you'd like, you can go give me a D100 if you open up.
Yeah, since I used my one prototype, I would like to restock.
Yep.
That is was my 32.
32. That is a. All right. Oh, this was useful. It is a flash detonator, a small physical explosion, and it, like, you point at something, and it will generate a big flash there, blinding everyone in the area.
Okay.
So
then with that, and I don't really have any other, room for these prototypes. So I'm gonna go back and see if I can help David and Darren.
All right,
Maybe give
sounds
them
great.
covering fire with a machine gun. Can the abyssal thing fit through the tunnel we
No.
were? Okay, yeah, I want to sit in a tunnel and maybe give them covering fire or something.
All right, beautiful. So
Well,
that
I want
was.
to take a picture of him running first, but then
I'll give you a photography roll right now.
yeah,
As you see
because it's
Darren
going to be
running.
really funny because it's him running and all the little things behind him.
And all the things trying to
That's
grab
a
it.
17. So
Great. You thought
Wow.
the picture with the kid was good. This is ace.
another day at the
Oh.
park.
Exciting adventures await.
So we're gonna cut over to David. Right, your bone cage has broken a bunch that you can crawl out, and all 5 of these copiopod things have started towards Darren.
Yeah. I get out of the cage, and essentially, I want to use my last EXP point
Sure.
to say that there is probably an intact something like a rifle of one of the other scientists or something just laying around so I can get back my offensive power in this situation.
Sure. I would say, yeah, one of them had a pump action shotgun.
Perfect. Snag it.
Doom music
And
starts.
I want to, obviously, after snagging it, run towards the exit, seeing Darren. And can I pop one of them off while I'm running?
Yep. Go ahead. It's difficulty 3.
Difficulty 3. Please, no one. Please, dice gods.
This is a heavy weapon, so you are hindered.
Yeah, no, regular failure. That's a 5.
Okay. So it's difficulty 4. You start blasting with your shotgun. Some of them turn towards you. And I think one is going to jump and leap on you. So you can give me a speed defense roll.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
That's a 16.
16. Great. You leap out of the way and you do a combat roll. It lands on its 2 hands and it's gonna try and scurry back. Another one jumps on you. Give me another one.
Another one.
They're just coming out of the trees.
Yeah. 6.
6? Ooh, okay. So yeah, I would say this one jumps down on you. It does 4 damage.
Ooh. Okay.
So that goes into your speed now that you're at 0 strength, right?
Yeah. That's correct.
So that's bad. It will. The worst part is the fingernails, as it leaves out a terrifying shriek and it claws at you with its fingernails, and it attaches itself to you. What do you? That's pretty bad. Meanwhile, Darren, only one, since you were running, only one of them's getting to you.
Yep.
So give me a speed defense roll, difficulty
Sounds
3.
Good. And I think I will spend one.
This is the injured one.
Yeah. And if I can get a shot back at him after, I'm gonna use a level of effort to add to the speed, so I'll drop it to a 2. And I roll a 6.
Oh,
Which is right on the dot.
That's great. All right. So, yeah, it leaps towards you. You sidestep and punt it away a couple feet, and it's your turn proper, so you can line up a shot.
Yep, and I will raise the gun up and try to shoot down at it.
Difficulty 3.
Difficulty 3. And you know what? I'm going to spend 4 points of speed, so I'm at speed 1, intellect 2.
Oh my god, this is the ringer.
I will shoot it, and I got an 18, so so 6 damage on
6 damage. All right, so just to reiterate, you sidestep punted it. It goes rolling across, and as soon as it scrambles onto its fingernails and its fingertips, you just snapshot right to the head. It's undulating, pale, almost crab-like flesh goes everywhere. And we're on the top. Jasper, you see them up ahead. Up ahead, you do see the abyssal copepod. It's feeding on 2 scientists now instead of the 1. It's still distracted.
Yeah, I want to give Darren some covering fire. Shooting the ones running behind it,
Okay.
and I'll probably just I'll do it with the assault rifle.
All
It's
right.
a difficulty increase, but
That's right.
so is it a level 4?
Yes.
Okay. 13, I
12.
think, is good.
Oh, that's enough.
Yep, that'll do
So
it.
describe it as you take out another one. On
It
David.
just, I'm firing like probably over Darren, and one of them behind him just drops.
Pretty good
Nice.
for
Oh,
a
thanks.
PR representative.
Damn good. Yeah, no, it's impressive.
All right, great. There's 3 left. Top of the round. David, you're being grabbed.
Yeah, I'm being wrapped.
You're
Can
trying to limp
I
away, but its fingers are digging into your skin.
digging into my skin? Fair enough. I want to essentially butt this thing off me with the shotgun.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely a strength kind of thing. If you're using it as a club, it's not going to be hindered. So you're good. It's going to be difficulty 3.
Yeah, essentially like that. Yeah.
So you can do that. Are you going to try and like book it after?
Yeah, I will
All
try
right,
to
all
do
right.
S6 again.
6. Okay. Then no, that is not successful. You start to scream just like automatically.
No.
You hear your bones start to crack. Of
Ooh.
course. All right. That was your turn. I think you will have to make a speed defense, actually a might defense roll this time because it's already grabbed onto you, David.
Yeah, fair enough. That's a 2.
Oh no.
Maybe this is going bye-bye.
So that's gonna deal 4 damage. And it's gonna you only
Okay.
have what, 3 speed left and 0 strength?
So 3 speed, so that drops it
Oh,
to
no.
0, and the 1 is going into intellect, or
Yes, that's right. And because you're gonna be debilitated in the damage track.
oh yeah,
So
for
you
sure.
can't do anything but crawl. Yeah. Actually, no, your speed pool 0 because so you can't move at all.
Yeah.
And if your intellect gets to 0, you will die. So that's what happens. This thing's still clinging onto you. You hear your like your arm bone break, and that's when you go down. Darren.
Holy shit. I can probably hear where it's coming from now, at least
Yes,
roughly.
you
I have
see
an
David
idea
go
where it is.
down.
I don't know if I have anything left.
Nightmare.
Yeah. And it's on top of him?
Yep. You just need one good shot.
Yep, I'm gonna take a shot. I have no effort left to put into it. But
Or
let's
you
try,
could
you never
run.
know. Or I could run. Oh god, I defend the weak though.
That's right.
The thing.
That's
I
right.
defend the weak, so I am going to take the shot. I'll try to line it up and shoot. It's gonna be a straight roll. So now let's do this. It's a 1. It's a freaking 1.
No.
I have never rolled this many ones in my
You
life.
old yellowed him.
Oh yeah. Oh,
What,
maybe
do you-
I do.
do you just
oh
shoot
my
him?
god. Maybe accidentally.
Are you okay with that?
Oh, Victor, I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay. I think that's kind of fucked up. But yeah, I think the GM intrusion is you miss your shot and you accidentally hit David. Just completely by accident, not to like do a mercy killing. So you do 4 damage to David. He's at 4 intellect now. Once he hits 0, that's it.
Oh god.
So you hear him scream out. There's a bit of blood mist that comes out of him.
I'm
Top of the
sorry,
round,
David.
Jasper. It's gone wrong.
No, I mean, I got my photos.
That's true.
I can't see David's little thing from here, can I?
No.
Can't see him. I can't see any of the other things.
You do see Darren, and there's
Yeah.
just a look of sheer panic on his face.
Where's the abyssal one?
It's at the entrance.
Oh, like near me?
Yeah. It's
Hmm.
between you and Darren and David. So even if they survive this swarm, they're gonna have to get past the abyssal one.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
that I'd be able to. So
It's
Um,
distracted.
Yeah, the abyssal. What's the abyssal thing looking at? Is it eating the scientist things?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh. I don't know what I'm gonna do here.
That's okay.
Yeah. Looking back at that box of prototypes, is there anything else in there?
Yeah, give me a D100 roll.
See if there's anything. I'm gonna use the flash one, but the one I have only relies on me taking damage. That's 37,
37. Okay.
and I don't plan on taking damage.
What are you
so,
looking for?
Something that can get them to me. That or something that can occupy the abyssal thing long enough for them to get to me. Which is kind of the flash thing, but that's only a minute.
Okay. Great. Let's see.
I can spend an XP if it means better outcome.
Yeah, you can spend an XP and get whatever you'd like.
Okay, yeah.
What do you want? Rocket launcher.
Shoot.
Run, you fools.
I want
That
I want a thing of abyssal like pheromones it has.
Okay.
And I want to, it's what it, it's like some sort of like airburst thing or something.
Sure.
And I want to launch it to the other side of the room. So it's going to go over there and do its thing or whatever.
All right. Sounds good. You're just throwing it, so it's not really going to be a roll. So you kind of rip the pin off of this and you chuck it. And it sprinkles something into the air, but then you see the abyssal copiopod like actually just shudder and then dashes into the woods.
And then I want to go try to help David.
All right, well, we can see what happens that turn. David, you are on your last legs. You can only crawl.
Yeah.
So are you just crawling towards the? Actually, no, you can't even crawl. This is horrifying.
No. I can't even move.
Yeah, you can't move because you're at speed 0.
Yeah. I mean, I got one last trick up my sleeve, but it might
What is
come.
No, please tell me.
I got a prototype that, if ingested, attracts entities from this thing, but it also produces some medicine from my body. But the risks are too high, and it's up to an hour, so it will take too much time anyway.
I'll say it works right now just because it's plot convenient.
Sure. Let me, in a couple of seconds, just read exactly if it's 100% chance.
Well, actually, there's different effects, so it's like it could be anything. So, yeah, I'll skip you for now.
Yeah, for sure.
Darren, this thing is about to kill your friend.
Yeah.
What do you do?
If I got a shot at it, I'll take it.
Okay.
I'll try to miss the last one, but I that couldn't possibly happen again.
It's difficulty 3.
Okay, difficulty 3. I'm using yet a different D20. I've gone through 6 D20s. Here goes. It's a fucking 1. I swear to God, it's a 1. It's literally a 1. I have to stop rolling dice.
I think it's we're at that point of the one shot.
Gun jams or something else.
No, I think it's funny if you just shoot David in the head.
Oh no.
So I feel like that's gonna be at least 6 like intellect point damage for the sanity loss, right?
Yeah.
So take that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think seeing that he has not defended the weak, he has killed the weak. Instead,
Oh my god.
Darren will cry and run into the darkness and disappear screaming.
Yeah, deeper into the woods instead of trying to escape.
Yeah.
Jasper, you're seeing it all go wrong.
I'm so sorry.
Like Jasper looks out. He doesn't really see. He probably sees like David's legs sticking out from behind a tree. He sees Darren run out into the trees. He sees the abyssal thing doing its own thing, and he has this moment where, this if he goes and saves them, this is all going to get out in the public and ruin the park's reputation. So he's going to just turn around and start leaving.
All right, great. How do you brush things over with these tourists? Can we have one kind of like intellect test to cover it up?
So he says, all right, everyone. He sort of comes back and starts getting them all together for a photo. And he says, our guide and engineer are working with the Aerodyne lab team to get rid of the virus you saw. In fact, the mystery flesh pit has been sick this year, and this is one of the viruses. Do not worry, this won't happen again. The scientists at Aerodyne are hard at work developing a vaccine that our engineer, guide, and the scientists are working to administer right now. And I'm gonna get them all sort of grouped together for a photo.
Nice. That's a difficulty 3, so you roll that.
And then I want to start handing out coupons.
Coupons!
That's wrong before. It's talked between a 10 and a 17, so either way, I can re-roll it or it's...
Yeah, re-roll it.
Okay.
Actually, no, you know what? Take the 17. You earned it.
Yeah.
And we'll fade to black as the camera pans towards like Mystery Flesh Pit's like inner employee magazine. What's your best photo?
Well, I can't put the running away one because it'll probably be the one with a group of them, and then maybe they edited like a different guide instead of Darren.
Yeah. So that's on the cover of this month's employee magazine. And that's like on the wall because they pinned that to the wall each edition, and the camera pans down the hallway into a training class, right? And during this training class, one of the instructors is actually Supervisor Waterman. It's like, right, so never go alone. We actually call this the Darren David rule. Never go alone. Mystery Flesh Pit can be pretty dangerous. And he just goes, mom, explains the rule, and it just fades to black.
Oh, no.
So that was Mystery Flesh Pit RPG, National Park RPG. So I hope you all enjoyed it.
It was awesome.
Oh, a lot of fun.
Do we want to do Stars and Wishes?
Oh, yeah. Easily. Yeah.
All right, who wants to go first?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. One of my stars was I love the tension of the places where you took our ones and our failures and made them count towards something. That to me, like that, it was kind of like the clock ticking down. That felt super suspenseful. That like, okay, like we're gonna hit a point where we're out of luck, and I think the Abyssal Fiend was definitely that point. Besides that, seeing all of Sawyer's awesome player intrusions is that absolutely enriched the game, and seeing like how that wove together with Alex's existing plot was fantastic.
Yeah, I love how they play off each other.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yep. And David's survival towards the end, using the prototypes and plan after plan to just keep going. And oh no, I'm so sorry that I cost you everything in the end. But oh, it was a valiant effort. And as far as wishes, you know what? For a one shot, I had a great time and I thought it went well. So I don't really have anything I'd change or do differently. I thought it was great.
Sounds good. Who's next?
I think we start with probably us all kind of working together and actually going out what we set out to do, which is save the people. Granted, we didn't. Some of us did. Not all of us lived. That's a sacrifice the PR team is willing to make.
Great.
But I liked being able to actually play a somewhat horror game where we we don't find everyone dead, and then it's like I don't know. I liked that. Also, Darren running back to save David. We'll ignore the last part. We'll just cut it at Darren going back to running back to save David, and not anything about him getting shot twice by Darren. Yeah, I really liked the different sort of environments you added with like the stomach stuff, but the forest of spines or ribs. I really liked that. It really made it feel like just some massive, we can't like logically position anything in a body because this is not something that's humanoid or relatively, natural biology. Wishes, I don't think I have any. I'm trying to think of one. I might have had something, but maybe you can get back to me. I can't think of anything right now.
Another perfect game. No,
No,
I've got some wishes.
Yeah, if you have any, have fun with that. But that's for me.
Anything, Victor?
I love the scenario. I love even very bleak endings. So I had a blast. It was awesome. I like a lot, like Sawyer said, the additions and like Mike said, how we can all play off each other. My only wish, so to speak, would be to essentially go a little bit even more in the ecosystem. So probably there are some of these entities that are the natural enemies against each other, and they might start to eat one another, or
They
even
have predators
have
of their own.
or even have I love the fact that Anodyne is shady. That is another star. Because I never put that spin on it. I thought we were playing against them. So I like being the underdogs playing alongside the company. Another wish would be to essentially have like, this is probably going outside, have like a rival company or something, or they lied and there are some things like lore building. They have been before in it. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say one thing for Wish. I don't know. This is like a small thing, but like at the beginning you said it was a sizable group, and then it turned out to just be the family and the guide.
Yeah.
So that kind of like it made me have a different idea of what we were going into, which I liked having just the family and the guide. But I was going into it until we went down there and talked to the kid. I was thinking it was going to be like 20 people we had to fetch, which is very overwhelming because unless they're all in one group, then it's just like a really boring fetch quest. But I liked having just a small group.
Yeah,
we need to bring a bus down to fill up with.
Oh, sounds good. I will keep that in mind. I really like how everyone just worked together and played around one another. I love the player intrusions. Those are always great. Those are always should be rewarded. I guess what I'd like to see more is, but yeah, we didn't have time to explore more of this just because it's like a one shot. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Meta plot. Ooh.
Yeah.
You can only really accomplish with like a campaign. So
yeah. And you know what? I don't know how far. I mean, I could see for a mini campaign, but I don't know. I don't think I know enough about the setting to know if I could imagine if it has enough for like an extended campaign.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, the book's pretty sizable here.
Is it? Yeah.
Mystery Flesh Pit National Park. It's about 200 pages.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, it's pretty sizable.
I think with like one of the main plots of the time, the thing like, and I won't spoil it, but the like largest disaster in the park would be
that happens in 2007.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot of like smaller things you could explore getting covered up, and I don't
Mhm.
know if you want to do like a 3-parter where you sort of like how Delta Green does with the time gap, where you play once as back in the 80s, once during the disaster, and then maybe you're like a crisis response team exploring the corpse of this thing or something.
Makes sense.
Or the remnants of the park. That would be a cool 3-parter, but I can't think of like a full campaign.
Yeah. I think that's about it. I'm gonna wrap up here. So
Yeah. Sounds good.
once again, thank you for joining us for another It's Live actual play on RPG Reanimators. Please support us on Patreon. We would be really thankful for it. And you become an intern, and they get access to stuff early on, some of our insights. It's all good stuff. And then obviously, if you want to find us on Discord, talk to us on Discord. We're very friendly. But until next time, later.
Take care.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to check out the RPG Reanimators podcast for horror scenario reviews, interviews, gaming discussions, and more.